The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Viewer discretion is advised.
For a celebration. I am the one, the only, devious Dave Rose. And no, that's not my legal name. Thank you very much for joining us yet again, live and in person, in vivo, Victory Celebration stream here on March 21st, 2021. There are two 21s in today's dates. Numbers mean a lot. And we've got somebody in the chat who already knows that. But, as we always do, let us start off this stream by showing our gratitude and appreciation for all those that have chosen to spend their time with us today. So let's look up, way up on the list of chat. And we'll start off by saying hello to Irish Dave, Ronald Booth, It's the Costanza, Jay Diz, Steve Callan, Casey Isra, resident video game expert, Bry Guy, the big man himself, the titan of the community, Foulmouth Ken, his lovely wife, and my muse, Mrs. Foulmouth Ken. We also have Spartan King of Texas. Hope the weather's doing a lot better for you guys. And the man who knows the plan, the man who understands the numbers, Biolant Beats himself. Yig in the chat. He is, apparently he is not in a certain person's good graces, but today we're going to be positive. We're going to celebrate. So let's keep going. There's Kid 420 in the chat. Let's see here. Based Alcatraz in the chat. My best friend Travis TLC also in the chat. 27 Freddie Mitch. That's right. I am back. And who else? We got John. And that looks like all we have so far. But people will start to stream in shortly as they are alerted or not by YouTube or by the sparrows that are now flying over the land and announcing that I have a return to my streaming abilities. And it truly is a great day. So, actually, last night I was checking this. I didn't see anything. And then this morning, the Nine God himself, Nicky Nines, asked me whether or not anything had been resolved. And I said, well, I'd literally checked it a little while earlier, and nothing had been responded yet. So I went to my email, but I thought, I got to think to myself, well, this is kind of weird, but, because Nick got responded to much quicker than I did. But regardless, let's go there and, let's go to the email, see if anything's, been received. It wasn't there last night, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I got an email this morning. And although the email itself was very odd, it didn't really give any specifics. What's odd, though, is that in the studio, the YouTube studio, it was still sort of indicating that there was a strike. But then I opened the link through the email for the YouTube studio. Okay, and I already have one window open that shows the strike. I open the other window, strike is gone. I can stream again. And I verified the time and so forth. So it was sent apparently after I'd looked in the email. And the video apparently was like the video that was restored, Power Trip 13, Part 1, I guess if we're going to have to call it that. That was restored this morning. I've constantly been checking my channel every day, multiple times, checking comments on other channels because that's what people had to do. They had to go to previous shows to actually leave comments for me. As you know, I'm not on Twitter, so I can't communicate that way. And yeah, lo and behold, this morning, because as soon as I tell Nicky that, he messages me and says, well, I got an alert that the video's up. And then the emails start to filter in from all the fans and all the haters and all the sparrows saying exactly that I got an alert, your video's up. So, it is the first full day of spring today. And I think it's quite indicative and synchronistic that on a day with two 21s in it, really just right after the cusp of spring, of rejuvenation through the vernal equinox, we have the triumph of truth. So I think that this is a great gift that we have just been given. And the universe itself not only has blessed us with spring, but is now blessing us with inspiration, encouragement, and support. So let's just go back to the chat here before I start to filibuster too much. I do appreciate all the kind words in the chat. I don't want to go read them all, but basically a lot of people are saying congratulations, you deserve it, glad that you're back and so forth. And I am glad to be back, and I am glad to have you here as well. But yes, I thought that it would be an opportune time for me to go live, seeing that as I'm able to do so now, and celebrate this combination of all these great gifts that have been given to us in this past couple of days. So then there's Austin Talk Show in the chat, very creative name there. He says hi. Let's see here. Okay, so Costanza confirms he saw the show pop up on his homepage this morning. Welcome to the Goon and Ryan Murray, who I've just realized are both in here. Goon says, Dave, what the fuck? I'm not done episode 13. It's what did air is now back up, so you can catch up again. And Ryan Murray says, Ode to Joy. I considered playing that as the intro, but I thought the 1812 Overture was perfect. Nicky Nine's also extending his congratulations. Says, tell me when it's cool to call in. This is a celebration, bitches. You can call in at any fucking time. I should be on a veil. I do appreciate you checking in with me nonetheless. This actually goes to show a real man who has courtesy and respect and self-awareness. So he's actually asking, as opposed to some other people out there. But regardless, I'm staying positive today. So yeah, anyone who wants to call in, feel free. Lines are open. Just come and let's pull a monetize this. Let's have as many people on here as we can, so that we have to talk over each other and yell and get mad and stuff because there was no foresight put into the number of people calling in. But that's okay, because today's a celebration. There's no structure, for the most part. You can take the structure out of Datron, but you can't take the Datron out of the structure. So. We got the Great YR in the chat. Yes, spring clean, as it were. Dry Guy also confirms it is this first quarter of the moon phase. And let's welcome the Nine God himself, Nicky Nines.
Hello. Insert Ken's clapping sound bit,
Soon enough, I'll have those sounds, I guess, if I can get the soundboard working. But what's going on, brother?
Not much. Just here you going live. Thank God. I'm glad that shit's done with. Yeah, man, that's good, dude. It was interesting because I was actually looking up all the stuff with it last night, and I'm thinking, how can this even stand? Like, it's like literally, if it pursues, you have to go to court. It's like so stupid. It's like, this isn't going to go anywhere, man.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Vic, my neighbor in my little small hometown. I was born in a small town. And yeah, he's confirming that, our weather today has been amazing. And the next week is going to be 15, 16 degrees, 17 degrees and shit. So.
Oh, really? That's nice, dude.
It's looking good. That's another beautiful gift that we're getting this week up here. And that weather actually is going to be conducive to actual fishing. Now, it's still a little early in the season, but that's going to, heat up the lake a fair bit. And there should be some activity and stuff. There'll probably be spawning. But I'm just happy that the weather is coming along real nicely, finally, because these last 2 weeks have been horrible. I've been really suffering the cold. Negative 20 plus degrees during the day and at night. Yeah, fucking
that's brutal,
bad.
Dude.
But with everything, it all comes to an end with this beautiful rejuvenation that we've received from spring. I know that the days of cold are behind us.
True. Well, it is true. It is almost fitting that the tribunal is next week. You know, kind of almost a shame it wasn't today. But in the sense of the whole, spring and moving on and renewal and whatnot. So.
Yep, but regardless, this is still, I mean, I would rather enjoy this weekend and not have to worry about the tribunal. Because,
no doubt.
Because it's just so nice. And by the end of the week, it'll probably be rainy anyways. But, I'm enjoying today. Was out doing a bunch of errands and stuff. Bought myself a couple of racks of ribs. I'm going to be making up today to celebrate. Pork prices are really good right now. $2.99 a kilogram. So I got basically these huge racks were like $7-8 each. The baby backs, nice. These are side. Baby backs were about $20 to $30 a rack, which still isn't bad. But I'm getting much more meat on the side ribs, and I'm looking forward to really indulging. And I've got 2 rub recipes that I'm planning to do: a dry rub and a wet rub, and should be fun.
How are you gonna cook them?
I'm gonna do them in the oven.
Oh yeah, I love them in the oven. Do you just stick them straight in, or do you boil them first?
I actually never boil them, although I've heard that is a strategy. Never tried it before because
Dude, trust me.
Are you talking about sous vide?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like seal them into a plastic bag and boil them there?
No.
Or so you're actually boiling them in the water?
Yeah. What I do is I just fill up a pot of water and I fill it with garlic powder, pepper, salt, whatever spice you want to put. Just cut them up, boil them in there for about an hour ish, maybe 90 minutes, and they'll get real tender. Then after that, cook them in the oven at 325.
They won't break apart boiling?
No, they won't.
Do you keep the silver skin or the membrane on the back when you boil them?
Yes.
Okay,
I keep everything on.
I'm thinking that'll keep it together as well. Okay, so you boil it for an hour with the spices. Then what?
Then after that, it depends. Well, I usually cover mine in barbecue sauce, so you can pat it dry and put dry rub on it if you want. Then I preheat the oven to 325 and I put it in there for an hour and a half, covered in tin foil. And after an hour and a half, the most melt in your mouth ribs you'll ever have. I swear to God, if you don't have a grill, it's the way to do it.
Okay, so 325 for an hour and a half, you said?
Yep.
And you said covered with foil?
Yeah, cover it with foil and just put it in a baking dish, a cake pan, whatever.
Yeah.
And cover it and just.
I really don't like covering shit with foil though, because I do have that. I mean, when I was young, I had that allergy that sent me to the hospital. Okay. But I mean, cooking with foil. I mean, wrapping shit in foil is not too bad. Cooking with it as a cover, or at least when you want to rest something, isn't bad. But actually having that. It just bothers me that I can't necessarily confirm how much aluminum I'm actually taking. Because there obviously is a little bit. And for most people, it doesn't really affect them. But for someone like me, it could go bad. So
if you're covering it over the top and it's not touching it, you wouldn't be fine. Because it's not touching it. You just have it over the top, kind of like a heat insulation barrier.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, there is coating on the inside. There's coating on both sides. So there's not only just a chemical coating, but the metal itself can still sort of leach, right? Depending on where it's coming from and so forth. So, but that's the thing, though. To cook ribs properly, you need a smoker. You need something that, you can encase the thing, but it's not going to become dry. And just cooking them uncovered in the oven is recipe for disaster. Now, I've made ribs before and quite well and stuff, and I have covered them with foil, but I haven't done it for the entire thing. I've done it half on type thing. It just depends because I'm trying to limit the amount. So you need that to build up sort of that moisture and base and so forth. And it helps cook, the steam and stuff helps cook it. But after, to get a nice crust as well, apart from broiling, there is still just the regular filaments from the oven that do provide a nice, even sort of coating. But
I suppose if you had a nice Dutch oven, that would work, or just any kind of whatever cover you could put on there, like a ceramic cover, clay, something like that would work. But I'm not sure what you have at your disposal, but yeah, I could work either way. Half on, half off might work.
Thing is, there's so many different ways of making ribs that, as long as you're just watching for the moisture levels, you're good. I mean, I've seen some recipes where they're like slow and low, 275 for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But you said, 325. But that's the thing, though. Uncovered, it will cook faster. Covered, it'll take some time. But there's all these different strategies and stuff. And, I wanted to make two. Sorry?
It depends how you want, because I want it tender. Like, I want that meat just
so
melting.
do I want it to fall off the bone,
That and the boiling, I think, covers most of that, because it comes out real tender from the boiling. I think the baking part just adds that little extra layer, because it's not even that long. You could probably even get away with it, depending. Like, if it's only a rack you're doing, you could probably get away with it for 60 minutes.
Well, the rack's fairly big. I mean, I've got to go check the size of it. But, yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of meat on there. That's why I picked these.
Yeah, nice.
So I want to make sure that, but that's the thing though. I want to make 2 rubs, dry and wet. And the old man, he's very picky and only likes the dry rub and stuff. So I'm gonna have to pick. I eat ribs. I don't give a fuck what they're covered with. I love both.
Yeah.
So I love being creative with new rubs and stuff. I ran out of my custom spicy rub that I had made for ribs. So I'm gonna have to make a new batch and stuff, or just I just go with the flow. I don't always my intention is to make this rib or this rub. It's more like let the Holy Spirit guide me, and I'm just gonna fuck, because seriously, when it comes to cooking, maybe a lot of people don't believe this or don't know about it, but sometimes it's like gardening for me almost. It's just like I go with the flow. I'm led. It's almost like channeling, I guess, but you're doing this. It's coming out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
This really isn't. This isn't too many chefs, but I'll talk fucking food all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is your victory lap, and we're talking about food, but whatever.
It's good to compare recipes as well. I mean, that's the best thing about food is that you can share that love of food with other people by just sharing recipes and comparing notes and stuff.
Yeah, maybe impromptu fucking segue to Too Many Chefs, but yeah, that I don't know, man. Now I want ribs. You got me kind of jealous. I'm gonna have to go to the store and look for some.
Oh, you didn't have anything planned for Sunday?
Dude, I just no, because my wife's on a double, so it's like I don't.
So you're alone?
Yeah, I don't have to cook, so it's just like, I'll make a hamburger or something, something simple.
I bought some liquid smoke.
I love liquid smoke. Oh yeah, I love liquid smoke.
I've never actually used it, but I've seen a lot of recipes, and I've just been feeling, as they say in Spanish, canchero. I can't remember what the translation is in English, but I guess gutsy or
adventurous.
Yeah, there we go, adventurous. So yeah, I mean,
what I like with liquid smoke is I make Kahlua pig with it, which is like the easiest thing you can make in the world, and is probably one of the tastiest, most simple dishes.
Please tell.
All right, so Kahlua pig, I got this one from a Hawaiian girl I dated.
I remember now. Yep.
Yeah.
No, tell the story. I want people to know this.
Oh, well, she was crazy. She loved me. She wasn't clean. No, okay, not any of that.
No, not the food.
Yeah. But basically, you could do it either in the oven or the slow cooker. I prefer the slow cooker because it's easier and it makes no difference with the taste. Like a lot of times, slow cookers can kind of make the meat taste a little weird. It doesn't have that. You just take a pork shoulder. Boston butt, I think is what they call it in some places. And you just get some the Hawaiian pink salt, and you stab the shit out of the pork butt. You rub it with the salt. You rub it with the Kahlua pig, and you cook that shit for 18 hours, 12 to 18 hours. Right in the last hour or so, you cut up a bunch of cabbage and you stuff it in there. And I swear to God, dude, it tastes like heaven.
But Kahlua pig, what is that though? It's a cut of. Is it just the pork shoulder?
Yeah, it's just the pork shoulder.
But they call it Kahlua pig. Why?
I don't know. It's a wine dish. They just named it Kahlua pig for some reason.
Is there pineapple or some shit in there?
No, you don't put pineapple. No, just pink Himalayan salt and fucking liquid smoke, and that's it. and you can or cannot add cabbage, serve with rice, and it's like ridiculously amazing.
Because I've
You got to
I've
keep in
made
mind, like,
what's that?
no, I was saying you got to keep in mind, like, the Hawaiians only have, I think, like 13 letters in their alphabet. I thought it's something really low amount, so they name a lot of things. I don't know, all kinds of weird shit.
Well, what's it called? I've made pulled pork before and fucking incredible. Like it tasted amazing, and I got a lot of adulation from others on the recipe. But I saw a lot that was indicating that liquid smoke would be good to use, and I never ended up like trying it because just the recipe that the recipes that I was making, and I did alter them slightly, just were coming out so solid that I didn't even feel a need, like I didn't feel there was anything lacking for me to even desire to have smoke, even though I've had pulled pork with a smoky flavor, and I do like that smoky flavor and all sorts of food and stuff. So, but it just to me it just didn't seem, I don't know, necessary or
It adds a little something to it, you know. I mean, I don't think it's a necessity for everything, but if you like a little bit, it depends what you got. Because I used to buy liquid smoke, and there were a few different kinds, like hickory. I forgot what the other one was, and it adds just this certain flavor to it that just kind of made it taste like it's as good as you're going to get without having a smoker. Basically, like, I mean, you're not really going to get any better than that. So I think it's worth using on meat dishes, especially if it's like the main course is just pure meat. You know, like if you're just looking for pure meat, then you might as well toss in some of that because it's fucking ridiculously good.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely willing to start experimenting with that liquid smoke. Seems a lot of people in the chat also are familiar with it. I also picked up a bottle of this stuff called it's by the Pepper North Artisan Foods. I'm sure you've seen ads around. Like they were featured on Hot Takes or Hot Wings or what's that show called?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about.
hot ones.
Yes, there we go. So the Momento de Mierda. Sorry, I was gonna say moment of shit. No, it's Momento de Muerte, moment of death. Mierda. It might be. I mean, moment of shit. It's apparently one of their hottest sauces and stuff. And I saw it, there was a few left. And whenever I see this on the shelves, it's either empty or there's a few left. So it's popular and such. And yeah, I picked that up too. I heard it's fairly good. It's Canadian. So
well, everything's Canadian's pretty good. Well, most things. Not everything.
Yeah, but I also support, I'm Canada First type guy, and I support buying things that are made here, even if it's made in Quebec or fucking BC or Yukon. As long as it's here, the people here are getting jobs. I'm happy.
Then that's what's good.
I would still like to make sure they're not Syrian refugees taking jobs from fucking homeless Canadians. That's a different story.
There could be right now. I'm curious, and not so much to dive into any of that, drama stuff. What are your plans after the tribunal? Because I don't know if we were fully.
I'm going to Disneyland.
You should do that. You should you should put the paint on and everything, run around, do a lap, start doing the fucking worm.
Yeah, celebration time. Well, once I'm done the tribunal and I don't have to worry about that anymore because all of that will have been put out there, and obviously part 2. After that, I want to. Actually, I have the file open right now. I was thinking about this earlier. Just the shows that I would like to concentrate on or spend my time on. And I was thinking of doing something funny called Community Time Theater. And by the way, I'm announcing this down. Anyone who steals this, it's going to be clear who fucking originated the story. And I don't give a fuck about saying it now because everyone knows that nobody does it better than Dave. So you can try and steal this idea and try to do it, but you'll never fucking actually come out as good as I will have it done. So the best thing to do is don't steal, okay? Don't steal the IP, and join me for the celebration, and you can be part of it. But Community Time Theater, you know how that Storytime Theater thing, or like, yeah. So like, maybe once I get my camera working, like get a smoking jacket or a fucking just in a robe with like an ascot, and like speak in a British accent, and do something stupid, like comment about like something, you know.
It's fun.
You know, that was just an idea.
I actually wanted to talk to you about that, and I'll tell you about it here because I don't really care because no one's going to steal it anyways. I have an idea for a show that I want to do, and I might want your help producing it because I think you'd be really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how everyone loves, you know, with me, particularly when I quote unquote go 9 God and start ranting and raving and shit on someone. You know, that's kind of their favorite thing, and with the circumstances being what it is, and after the tribunal kind of going away, I'm kind of leaning towards being with you guys and just moving on, you know, because it's gotten boring, and now it's just like you're gonna get struck, so it's like, what's the point, you know? Yeah. It's like it's stupid now, so there's no point. There's no endeavor in future, and I've gotten like when I saw the guy and I watched his videos, and he literally looks like John Goodman.
Yes.
Like he literally looks like I'm not even saying that to be mean. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Maybe it's time. It's time after the tribunal to move on. So I have a new show that I am going to be doing. It's going to be called Anger Management, and it's generally just finding things that piss me off and ranting about them. You know, it's nothing original, nothing great, but I definitely think that's the route I'm going to be going. Because
who would you be ranting on?
Just random shit, you know. Whatever's in the news that pisses me off, some stupid post that pisses me off. Just, you know, like the fucking fact that fucking Biden almost did a tuck and roll down the fucking, you know, the fucking Air Force One, right? But that's cool. But when fucking Trump was walking slowly, like when he was walking slowly for a bit, he's talking shit. Oh, look how I walk. Bitch, you couldn't even walk up some fucking stairs, you know, shit like that, you know. So I'm thinking of going that route.
Okay. Yeah, sort of like a daily well, not a daily but just a commentary on whatever.
Kinda.
Did you ever hear?
Yeah,
Did you ever hear the shows I did with the drama club called Red Pilled with Devious Dave Rose?
No, I never heard those.
Those
were they? Is it basically that?
With an intellectual spin, I guess. I mean, like for example, one of them was like about stupid people. I talked about Dunning-Kruger effect, but I did it with the devious style, so it was very, you know, it's sort of like Power Trip, very aggressive, very in your face, somewhat insulting, but like really spitting out real facts and stuff. Like I talked about the third episode, I believe. I think these are on Mars's channel. I've got them if you want them, like in audio format and all that. But the third one was about the monetary system, and I talked about you know, how things really work and stuff like that, and you know, but like in the devious style. You gotta really listen to them to know. Actually, maybe I can. Actually, no, you wouldn't hear it. I've got to figure out how to route the sounds and all that. But I'll send you the links so you can listen to them. Each of them is like 10 to 15 minutes long, not even that long, and they're high octane energy, just like you would find with Power Trip, but in a different slant, or you know, there's no way to. You can't define Dave Rose. It's like saying what kind of music is Pink Floyd. It's Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. But I'm thinking more of that route because it's like I can't do.
I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point where it's just like boring because there's no one even to do it with. If there's somebody or against you, you know what I mean? Because he, you know, Goodman over there's like the, you know, public enemy number one, and like who's left? Joe, and Joe's, you know what? Because he put a hole in his wall. I don't give a shit about stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I totally hear a lot of people are drained. Here's the thing, though. If Scott had just fucking gone away and just left us alone, we would never gotten to this point. Like, nobody would just pursue the drama and pursue, like, the, you know, just the interaction if people would just, you know, leave us alone, or if Scott would leave us alone. But, you know, he's responsible for this, really. He was actually making that video the other day saying it's not my fault, it's everyone else's fault, like just going to show that he cannot take any personal responsibility. But the thing is, though, every time it gets to this point where people don't want to deal with him, so you ignore him, you block him, and then he won't stop harassing you. So it's not like you're the problem. He's the incessant one that won't go away. He chose this. But if people had the choice, they would never be fucking dealing with this negativity all the time. They would purposely choose to do other things. Like all these shows, like again, a lot of people talking about doing different things or just not, talking drama whatsoever in the community. And I mean, like with me, for example, I have the Too Many Chefs, which I like to do, and people like to watch, interact. I've been talking to people who like the idea of having on-air sort of, not competitions, but like people cooking at the same time so that it can be compared in real time, not,
Iron Chef community style.
yeah, exactly. Something like that. There's the gaming stuff that I want to do, which is, I want to play some games that I can stream, and my computer not shut down for it.
Of course.
Because, like the Kerbal thing, like if I'm playing fucking Apex Legends with you or some other game, I don't necessarily need to stream it. But the Kerbals thing, I think, is fun. Nobody in the community fucking plays that game. And, it's just fun to interact like, oh, no, like Keith's Kerbal is crashing to the earth. Wow, man. I mean,
yeah, no, that shit's hilarious.
Yeah,
Kind of like it was with the Sims stuff. That's fun to do. It's just not all, for me, that one's not fun to do all the time because I got to, try killing my voice talking like John Goodman.
Yeah.
So, but it's still, stuff like that is fun. And I do feel like at this time, it's a time where the community needs a more, and it sounds weird to say healing process, but it just does need to move on.
Yes, yes. But it's not that we've been hesitant to move on. It's that Scott's not let us move on. But, it's getting to the point where it looks like we're told, we are, free and clear finally. And, even with what's happened over the last few days, there's so many silver linings that many people aren't really focusing on. And they got to realize that this is a lot better than, the whole striking of me and Nikki wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing.
No. Well, it showed people the extents he'll go to, and it kind of like, because it just puts a taint on you. I'm honestly surprised Cronin didn't disavow it all.
I said the same thing.
Simple.
Yeah, it's very questionable why he hasn't, but it does point a scarlet letter on the guy.
Well, what it brings me back to is because I remember a long time ago somebody playing a clip or saying they had something along the lines of him saying he could take out every other channels or something like that. He could get rid of the competition. It was like 3 or 4 months ago. It was something along those lines. And I don't know, man. It's just, to me, it's like, all right, dude, I don't know. I don't play the striking game.
I've never done that, though. And I would, like, that's the thing I've always said from the get-go is that like, you cannot fucking take someone's speech that way because, A, you're proving them correct, and B, you want them to be able to freely speak so that they will trip over their lies or reveal illegalities or whatever the case may be. Is that it's better when that free speech avenue is open.
Yeah.
Only a coward strikes down somebody and prevents them from speaking.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the dude. He's never going to stop doing that. So it's like, what's the point? I mean, at this point, but besides that, I mean, the guy's fallen apart completely, like holy shit. And it's like, dude, you destroyed your life more than I ever could. I mean, I never came in here wanting to do that, like at all. And it's like I've been here almost a year later. Because I remember the first tribunal. I remember Mars was telling me about it, and he's like trying to get me in with it, and I'm, filling me in all the details. I'm like, why don't you just ignore him? Like literally just have a server wide.
I can imagine Mars saying, "You don't understand, bro."
Yeah, it's exactly what he said. It is true. You don't understand. And I mean, we're all gonna. I think I can now because I don't watch or pay attention to him anyways. And I'll honestly say after the fact, like. After this tribunal, don't send me anything to do with him, like the people that do, because I don't care. Like I barely care now.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. We're seeing this to an end, okay? And I am a man of my word. Okay, a lot of people don't seem to think that, but I am. And better late than never. Okay, you fucking greedy little picky shits who fucking won't fucking defend yourselves, but expect other people to do tribunals and streams for you. No. But I am a man of my word. Tribunals going forward. Once that's completed, then I fucking move on. And as I've always said, I never wanted any interaction with Scott in the first place. But, I made the mistake of, instead of continuing to fight, sort of offering an olive branch and saying, look, I'm tired of this shit, and I'm not an evil human, so I don't wish you harm. Now it's a lot more difficult for me to rationalize that, but I believe in karma, not kerma. And also I believe in, the Buddhist philosophy of right thought or proper thought. But it's
Yeah.
so hard. That is so hard to fucking. So I've tried not to think ill of other people or wish ill. Wish ill is even worse because you're expending certain energy, you're visualizing or you're, I can't remember the exact word, but basically you're creating this sort of energy, and that's bad because that will come back to you. So the thing is, though, obviously he needs help, but I do have contempt for him, and that is a different sort of energy in the sense that look at what he's done. Look at his contempt for others, his deceitfulness, like just the shit with my dad and stuff alone.
Yeah, that was pretty scummy. But I guess that's just his MO, and it does suck, man.
So I don't want him like physically hurt for that, but I do want him to be held accountable for his actions. And if that requires him to, basically go to jail, well, I guess that's the only option left because
Oh yeah.
it's not like there hasn't been any other opportunities to work things out.
No, there's been plenty. I mean, too many, honestly. I think the guy's had too many chances. And with a person like that, you're never going to get anywhere. Like you're just not. And your only recourse is to actually pursue some legal action of some kind.
No, the word I was looking for was not projecting there, Greta Garbanzo. But regardless, I did
troll?
smoke a little bit of weed and feeling good.
Oh God, I sucked last night. I like took 2 massive rips and then I tried calling into Ken.
I heard that. I heard a little bit of that. And yeah, it's just...
I couldn't. I'm like I'm too high for this. Like I'm way too high for this shit.
Yeah, I was a little like that yesterday with fucking YR's call. Like my brain just wasn't firing on all cylinders.
So after this is done, are you gonna do like the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet? Go sit down somewhere and just smile, just a little
yes,
smile
exactly.
on your face.
I can rest now. Just put the armor up on the fucking scarecrow thing and go tend to the land.
Yeah, there you go. You should like you should video it. You should get like instead of like the Infinity Gauntlet, just use like an oven mitt. Just put it up and sit down and be like, "Hey, I'm done. I'm done."
But so I was also thinking because I still have the idea of like I've always wanted to do this with Casey is Raw. Well, I wanted to do this originally myself, but then Casey is Raw came along and he shows that he's he knows a lot about video games. He's got this massive fucking collection, and I hope the guy's got it insured because that's definitely worth a lot of money. But like I wanted to do a mini series with the guy just going through basically 1980 to 1999 and review through that series consoles, specific like home consoles. So the Atari 2600 or the Nintendo NES, the other systems that came along there too, Neo Geos and all that shit. The difference between the Japanese and the North American releases and stuff. Also do arcade cabinets, discuss which arcades were like big and favorites and so forth. Just like a retro sort of review. And it's not like an ongoing series because there's only a certain time span that I want to talk about. 1980 to 1999. That was my time. Those games were my games. But like, the new stuff I'm clueless about, like, and I have really low interest. I can be easily satisfied with the graphics of a fucking Atari, than a fucking, game that's today, which looks beautiful, but like, I can get by. So
yeah, true.
I mean, like, I like that idea of doing something of that nature, which is very niche-like and unique, but it's just something else that I've wanted to do for some time, but not something that I want to do on a consistent basis. But that actually brings me to the next thing. Where do I want to concentrate my energies on? I do like the community and stuff, so Too Many Chefs allows for that, the gaming stuff as well. But professionally as well, or somewhat professionally, there's the fact that I've always wanted to do this is way before I even came into the community with Joe Cronin. Okay, I'm talking probably from the late 90s onwards, I've always wanted to have a podcast like Coast to Coast. So basically talking about the paranormal, mysteries, conspiracies, all that sort of thing. and I like the coast to coast sort of format. But there was one guy here in Canada called the Spaceman, and his show is called The View from Space, who, in my opinion, well, they did it differently. But the thing is, though, the way he talks is the way I talk, or at least the way I'd like to talk, because it sort of focuses attention on certain terms and stuff, and leaves a little bit of gap so you think about that. And I just found that's an effective way of communicating. But it also sort of is somewhat suspenseful, and it fits. And I've been able to successfully replicate that style before. So, but I started a channel a few years back thinking exactly that, Nikki, that I wanted to disengage from the drama, that I wanted to just move on, do my own thing. And, I never really, the channel was created, but I never really did anything. I put up old videos that I had made, which were really, it was stuff from the stuff I did with Lucky Low. So it was like a collection of sort of images that was put to music, and like could be photos of UFOs, it could have been government documents on secret technology and stuff, but that's really all I put on there. And what I want to do is do a live show, and maybe in that one take donations, I don't know, but for the most part just do a podcast with no interruptions. Excuse me.
Well, there needs to be other stuff, and that's one of kind of the shame things about how the landscape of this whole place ended up, because it really divided a lot of people to who will do stuff with certain people, who won't do stuff with other people. Even like the confession stuff I love doing, because of the lines in the sand that go drawn. You just can't do stuff with certain people. I couldn't do it with like Jesse never got back to me about doing it. I'm sure that he was told, don't do it, or if you do this, X, Y, Z is going to happen. And I get that, but it's a shame that things, because things do need to move into a different direction where there's people doing all kinds of different things. Like I do my gaming stuff, and I got the people that care about that'll watch that,
Yeah, and it seems like, apart from the fact that it airs at a very inconvenient time for some, the people that do congregate there are super chill. There's no drama. There's no discussion even of what's going on really in the rest of the community.
For the most part, not too much, no.
It's just more like just discussions on the game itself, or just life.
Yeah, that like my boy Al, like he just talks about like a lot of time I like it because I'm trying to concentrate on the game. He'll just talk. So it's like, okay, cool. You talk, I'm gonna play. I enjoy that, and I like things to be more mellow. And it would be like I don't know, man. I wish Dirty Rotten Podcast would come back, because I really miss doing that.
That would be nice. Oh, so speaking of mellow, fuck you, Mellow Yellow, you fucking stupid piece of shit. You ruin everything you fucking touch. And the clips that I was listening yesterday from fucking Ken's show, just shut the fuck up. Go suck on a shotgun. Like, holy shit.
What do you do?
You were probably too stoned to notice, but this guy was, every time Ken would say something, he'd say something. And like basically repeat what Ken was saying. There's also the time where he's bringing in the callers, and there was some sort of Skype problem. And yeah, SC Steve was calling at that point. So Ken is like, hello, caller. And then Mello's like, hello. And then like he did that so many times, and eventually Ken's like, yo, can you chill out? He's like, and Mello's like, oh, I thought you were talking to me. And Ken's like, no, I'm bringing callers in. I'm trying to see if they hear me. We've been talking about this for the last 10 minutes, that these people can't hear. What a fucking oblivious fat fuck. I've got no sympathy for that piece of shit. And in fact, he actually looks very similar to Scott, to be honest. Those puffy fucking inflamed cheeks, those fucking little empty eyes.
I think he was doing. I think on one of the videos I have, it is Mellow. He's like wearing the hat backwards, and he's got his eyebrow raised up, and he was like pretending he was all Scotty over there. This shit was actually kind of interesting. I was like, damn, he's pulling it off.
Yeah, that guy fucking annoys the fuck out of me. And the thing is, though, he doesn't add anything. He doesn't, and I feel sorry for Ken that he, wants to be nice to the guy. But this guy is constantly talking over him, repeating what he says. He's not adding anything though. It's just he's a seat filler who somehow got the ability to speak, and he should not be talking whatsoever. I mean, I don't know. This isn't a personal grudge, like he's ever done anything wrong to me. It's just like, dude, I'm trying to tune into Ken. I'm trying to have fun, and you're not making it that way.
I've heard complaints from other people and same, and I kind of always just looked at him as this happy-go-lucky Ken's hype man. You know, like on rap, you know, rap songs, somebody will say something, you'll have a guy in the background that'll just repeat the word every so often. You know, I think he's just his hype man. He's just kind of trying there to have a good time, and I think Ken enjoys having him there, because if he didn't, I don't think he would.
I really gotta go take a piss. I'll be right back. But read the chat, because these people know what they're fucking talking about.
All right, reading the chat. The show was great, but yeah, Mello was way too mellow. I don't know, Mello. He's a nice guy. I don't really dog on him. He's not dramatic. He's not mean. He's just having a good time. So and when I think of Insomniac, for me, it's a happy-go-lucky, you know, get drunk show. You know, but if people don't like it, you know, they're the ones that need to voice their opinion to Ken about it, I guess. You know, because me, it's just like, I don't ever call it. And I guess the other thing about Mello is he's very consistent, where a lot of like Ken's crew, they're all busy, you know. Filthy's busy a lot, you know. Chris is, you know, doing his stuff. Lucky Low is, you know, off somewhere. I don't know where Lucky Low is, but Mello's kind of always there, so he always got that backbone, or not the backbone, but that stability, you know. Because when you're by yourself, like, and you're trying to do a show, I find it. Like I could do it in the sense for an hour, you know, where I can just kind of talk for an hour. But after that hour, I'm just like depleted. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't got shit to say. And I think for like Ken, when it's Insomniac or something like that, he wants to go for 2, 3, 4 hours.
Thank you for holding the fort.
Yeah.
So it looks like some people agree with me, but I'm sure you made a valid point as well. I didn't hear it, but
no.
So yeah, okay. Any other?
No, I was just saying Yellow. That's just how I look at Yellow. You know, I think he's just a hype man trying to have a good time.
I purposely think he does it on purpose, or I should say, I honestly think he does it on purpose.
Purposely think he's doing it on purpose?
Yeah. Oh, also a very creative name there, the 9 fraud in the chat.
Hey, how dare you? I'm not a fraud. You know. I mean, hey, I do say you know. Did I?
I say you know too often.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't care. You know.
Oh, I listen back to my stuff. It's got good replay value. I'll be honest. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I noticed some,
you know, people say people say, you know, it's just normal.
That's the thing though. When I used to do debating and stuff, there were exercises and stuff that you could do to eliminate certain words from your vocabulary, to avoid leaving gaps as you speak, or to say or you know, and those worked for me back then. But I don't know, that was a while. That was 20 years ago plus. I'm getting old, Sonny. You know. I'm getting old. My mind's feeble.
You gonna bring back Captain Rose?
What's that?
You gonna bring back Captain Rose?
I might. I
love that shit, dude. I think it's fucking hilarious. Like, that shit makes me laugh my ass off, man. I mean, like stuff like that, doing Community, people doing voices and whatnot. I think is just, I don't know. There's something like really fun about it.
It actually wasn't on my list, but I'm adding it now because I'd forgot. It was something that I was considering doing. But sorry, go ahead.
Like even doing the like even when I was messing around with the Community Sims, like there's something fun about it. You know, it's goofy, it's fun. It's not meant to be like dramatic and malicious. It's just meant a way to have fun. And I think you like doing characters and whatnot, because I think Goon said he has something like a community collage he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So just stuff like that I find fun. Like, it's interesting. It's cool to look at. It's cool to listen to. It's something other than, you know, talking about all like the negativity and the shit in the community, or maybe taking a different slant on it, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what I like about it. When you let me listen to those, Captain Rose things, god damn, they were fucking funny, dude. I was like, dude, this is like you saying. I think you said you want to do like a theatrical show, like a theatrical something like that. Like,
Well, the community theater where it's like just like whatever that was. Wasn't anything specific.
oh, okay.
I just remembered that sort of that gimmick, like the Storytime Theater, and I don't know, like talk about something in a pompous British voice about the community. But that's the thing, though. That's different from Captain Rose, because Captain Rose, actually, there was a lot of effort that I put into it, and it was me. And what I mean by saying that is that it takes a lot of effort actually to write. First of all, to create a world. Okay, anyone who plays RPGs like Nikki does understands that it takes time to actually create a world and to create a storyline that world is going to feature, or several storylines that might interconnect. Then there's the characters, and then there's what you're trying to tell. Now, the whole purpose of Captain Rose was a satirical commentary on the community. Okay, because Captain Rose, Dave Rose, sailed away, and he's like a mercenary pirate. So there we go, and he's a racist. So like, let's have him be oblivious about the slaves that he's just taken onto his ship to take off to Jamaica. So he doesn't see race, but he calls them all these inappropriate words because he doesn't understand the language. He's like, they just them blacks.
Okay,
it's just that it's a satirical commentary on so many different things, and like people in the community, for example, and different layers. And some people might not understand it, but I assure you, there's a lot of what I believe ultra intelligent layers to the stories and to the whole presentation of Captain Rose. So whether it be the storyline, the lines that the characters say, the way the characters are, I think that provides so much. And people obviously will have to read into it themselves to be able to. You can't have this stuff explained to you. I mean, satire doesn't work when you have to explain it.
Yeah, no, true.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, if you want to be my narrator, I need a narrator. Johnny Sinister, basically, I don't know if he got scared. I know he's in the middle of a move or something at that point, but then there was excuses that were being put up that made it clear to me that he was preoccupied with the thoughts of somebody else.
Maybe. Oh, Jesus.
Ryan Murray says a great point. Satirical commentary in 2021. Are you sure, Dave? Well, I guess if it's relegated just to talking about people in this community, it wouldn't. It might not anger any blue-haired freak that might want to cancel me in the culture.
I'm confirmed in the. Okay, got to make sure I got my gains in there. Got to make sure I got my gains. I don't know, but that's fun, man. I love that shit. Like a lot of people here are incredibly creative, and have a lot to offer as far as things like that. And I wish there was more of it. I wish there was more people doing interesting stuff, because like while I guess drama serves its purpose to some extent, it also, I guess it gets old. It's gotten old.
It gets
point.
old because it's just the negativity that's surrounding it.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like at this point, I'm like, it's like whenever I hear, and it's been this way for a little bit. It's like, okay, all right,
but I think what you're saying is also it's tiring that you are forced to respond, because then you'll have people, people will say something. It's just like, well, I could just not say anything, but this person is getting a little too long in the tooth, and they can't really be like, it would be appropriate to comment on what they said, like specifically I'm referring to Cronin, but there's also people like Scott. Who else? Actually, those are the only two assholes, really. That
SC.
That's true. That's very true.
S-
Oh yeah,
SC.
Jacob. Yeah, there's more.
Jacob RP. But the thing with Jacob is I don't even like mention him because it's like who the fuck insert Conor McGregor? Who the fuck is that guy? It's literally when
He's irrelevant. And the funny thing is, even more relevant is Simo.
Is he even still around?
Yeah, I saw him the other day in one of Joe's. I think it was Monetize This. Somebody showed me a clip. And I see in the chat C-Man, and that's Simo. He said Dave is a sociopath. That's what he said.
Oh. Yeah, but consider the source when people say that shit.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah, and I get what you say about the ignoring. And can I say I'll never comment on on Thwatter again? No, I can't honestly say that I'm gonna not focus on it. But who knows what he's gonna do, or what he's gonna say. But although after this tribunal, honestly, after everything that I know, I think he's fucked. I think he's legitimately fucked. It's like, yeah, you fucked up a little bad, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any. I don't think there's any coming back after it. At least for a year. Because it is Canada. I guess best case scenario is he gets fucking internet banned.
I honestly think that would do him good, and in a combination with maybe some sort of therapy, not necessarily medication, but he needs to be separated from what's causing him so much pain, and he's the one that can't keep away, so he has to be forced away.
I think medication is 100% on the menu because I'm not a fan of it, right? I'm not a fan of it. I don't think 99% of people, I don't think 80% of people who take, medication need it, right? I think it's just kind of a quick fix. You go to a doctor, you tell them something's wrong with you. What do? They prescribe you a SSRI inhibitor, right? Just what's going to happen. Here you go. Here's an antidepressant, no matter what's wrong with you. And some people it works incredibly well for, but a lot of people it just have no business taking it. I think I remember reading a long time ago that they said the overuse and overprescription of it has caused to like such a pandemic of people in the world because what happened, I don't know, I'm probably not using the word right. But for people that are actually clinically can't get out of the bed type depressed, SSRIs are amazing, right? But when they increased the amount of people they prescribe them to, the efficiency of it went down to like 40%. So they only help like 30-40% of people that even take them. And I think he needs something because therapy is not going to work with a person like that. I don't think you can give therapy to a person that's at best manic depressive, at worst schizophrenic.
That's true. That is true. Like that's the thing, though. I'm totally on side with what you're saying. Like I'm not a fan of them, but there are situations where it really is the only option, unless you're gonna actually do brain surgery, and that's kind of fucky as it is because you're alternating physical, traits and such afterwards. Like I'm not a fan of the pharmaceuticals, but yeah, in some cases you need them to at least get that person to start thinking straight again. And that will allow them to better themselves and stop their self-destruction.
Yeah, because if he's actually schizophrenic, which I think he is, you can't. That's one of those things that you can't just therapize. You can't because I think I read something where people who, so they believe. I'm sure you know something about DMT, right?
A little bit.
So I think they said they believe that DMT is what we see when we dream, that the brain secretes DMT in our body when we dream. So that's why we see all the visual stuff and all the whatnot in our mind. And they say people with schizophrenia actually have levels of DMT in their urine that's detectable. Like I think everyone does to some extent. But people with schizophrenia have a higher amount. So because reality as it is just a controlled hallucination. 100%. Like we're just perceiving things as we see it. Like, have you ever looked at something and thought you saw something and then looked again and you realized it was something completely different?
Possibly. I don't know.
Or like, have you like, all right, I've done this a lot with writing before. So I would write something some way. I knew I wrote it this way. Like I wrote, the cat walks down the street. But then when I swore I wrote that, but when I look back, it said like, oh, the dog took a piss on my foot. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, how did that happen? The human brain has this weird thing where it just interprets whatever visual stimuli is coming into you, and it automatically goes back to memory banks and says, oh, okay, this is what it is, even if it isn't there.
Honestly, I've not experienced that. And if I have, really? I can't remember.
Oh, God, maybe I'm fucked up. But
I also do have I don't have total recall, but I have it's not 100%, what's it called? What's the other term for total recall? Fucking...
What's the? I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's photographic memory.
Yes, there we go. Thank you. It's not 100% that, but it's extremely close. Like if you take one of the great examples I like to cite is the one with Cronin and Jesse. That fight. When I was asked, when it happened, I gave basically word for word for memory. And then, years later, Nikki T was begging me to fucking pull that shit out from the archives of YouTube or from Twitter or Facebook. I've never even bothered to look at, how to get these archives out. But, I found them because she was insisting, and, that's what you do when you got a girlfriend. And, she wanted to see what happened. And literally, when I looked at it, I was blown away. I honestly was so impressed and just astonished at myself. Because I was saying to myself, this has been like, a year or something since this occurred. And whenever asked, I gave this exact response. And now that I'm looking at these screenshots, everything I responded to other people was exactly what I had said to Cronin here in this conversation. It was uncanny.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, all right. So maybe like you're the superior. No, or I guess it's SC. You call the superior Latino. but like so some people can. But like even Base Alcatraz says in chat, "Holy crap, Nikki! I do that with pictures all the time." It's just how the human brain works. Your brain stores things in its head and it sees something and say, "Wait, oh, actually, that was a pink elephant." Just it's really weird like that. So I think honestly, for John Goodman, that he can't control it. I honestly believe at this point. Like I believe at this point that he is so damaged, that his brain is so damaged, and chemically, I don't know, maybe it was how he was raised, all the alleged incest, that he's talked about. I mean, maybe it just damaged. It is on record, his own words, maybe it's just his brain's just fried. I mean, and compounded with the alcohol, the drugs, the smoking. I mean, there's just something not right there because normal people don't act like that.
And the isolation, because the thing is, though, I've gotten word from somebody who knows somebody in his hometown, and when asked, "Do you know this person?" They're like, "Oh, you mean that guy that moved out west? He lost his mind." That's what. I mean, I can show you this information. I'm not going to out this person.
Yeah, obviously.
Or these people, I should say. But, that's what supposedly people in his home community think of him, that this guy's lost his mind. And then take a look at the Malky crew and then the Best of the Worst crew who are like anti-Malky. And Scott did try to get with both of them. And they both seem to hate the guy. And they're clearly the ones who were able to find his family information. They're in his hometown. Of course they're going to know this shit. I was never even bothering to look into fucking Scott McKinnon anyways. Like, I don't care about their... Like, again, if I got a problem with you, it's you, not your family.
Well, that's what a fucking somebody, a whisperer, I guess I'll call him. I don't want to call him a bird, your trademark, birdie, but a whisperer.
Mine are sparrows.
Sparrows. Okay, well, a whisperer. What a whisperer said to me, because they were in contact with Troy Frazier, and the comment the guy gave was basically nobody pays attention to him. Everyone knows he's fucking full of shit. Everyone knows he's a piece of shit. He's a fucking psycho. No one wants anything to do with him.
Wow.
He's obsessed with his little quote unquote YouTube thing that he thinks he's a star on. And that's what he said. So I mean, it's obvious the guy has a reputation, and I mean, unfortunately, there's no like I'm fine with him saying what he wants, but but for his own well being, because it doesn't really affect us. Like when he says stuff about us, it's annoying. Okay, like it goes out of line, but like, what's he actually gonna do? I mean, the guy doesn't even have a car, so what's he gonna do? He can't drive anywhere. He can't do anything. He's stuck in the middle of buttfuck Alberta. You know, he just there's no. He's powerless.
He is
and
powerless.
The only power he thinks he has is to intimidate people. Like, look at all the videos he had up the other day exposing Tony. From over a month ago. And I think people realize now, and like through this whole thing, if you do something he does not like, he's going to expose any private message you have, any piece of personal information you give him. You're fucked, because it's going to be cataloged, put away for a later date to blackmail, intimidate, and use his will against you.
Nikki, sorry, Skype decided to fuck up on me, so I'm gonna have to quit this call, and I'll call you right back. Okay?
All right.
Just a second.
All right.
Just bear with me here, people. Thank you for your patience, good sir.
I think I see why I got fucked up. There was an unsavory taint in the air.
Could be. Let me get this. Well, the taint wanted to call in, so
Okay.
that's probably what fucked it up. But
Probably,
yeah, I'm gonna try to add him in here. There we go.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the community taint.
Yo, real quick, how you doing?
Stop yelling.
Yeah.
No yelling.
Real
Inside
quick.
voice.
Quick sidebar. I've been watching this Netflix documentary. It just came out. It's on actually Blockbuster. Blockbuster. It's like the whole life of Blockbuster. It's really cool. Actually, I'm not done with it yet, but.
I saw that.
I know. I already know all about
Well, I
that. My
saw
mom was
of it,
general
but-
manager.
Used to be a manager.
She was a general manager for Blockbuster.
Oh yeah. Well, like, did you y'all talking about what's his name? Did you check out?
Puff?
Yeah, did you check out those videos he sent? He had this morning and the titles. Did you get into that, Rose?
No, I have not. I did not even see that. Last I checked, he didn't have any videos on his channel, so I don't know what you're referring to.
Well, now look, I'll send the screenshot in the chat here. The videos are down, but the titles of the videos are interesting. I'm going to retract the copyright. Trying to retract the BS. I just sent the screenshot. in there.
Really interesting. Let me just. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this. I'm going to display it so that everyone who is here on the stream can also observe on this topic. So just bear with me here. Got to get the Streamlabs installed after the tribunal so I can start taking donations. Shibbity-bop. There we go. Okay, this is the graphic that the Great YR is referring to.
All right.
Getting messages from other people, so just bear with me here. Okay. Should be up on the screen now, right? Looks like we're a little delayed on the stream, but yeah, there we go. Wow, that's weird. That's probably 30 seconds difference, but okay. So let me read this out. Sonic Boom uploaded. Trying to retract the BS foot right stuff. Retract the BS foot right stuff. It doesn't make sense. He uploaded Aussie Rules, and then he says, "I'm gonna retract the copyright." But I don't understand. Why would he delete that though? What's up, Barracoda in the chat? Oh yes, this is a good point too. Let me comment on this. Freddie. Oh, we got Heistman. Hey, welcome, Heistman. Okay, Freddie Mitch makes a good point. So apparently Scott changed the title to one of his videos that where it said Heist was a racist was one. Dude, you gotta fucking work on this typing. But he changed after I bought it. I brought it up on Ken's show last night. So apparently Freddie Mitch brought up the title of the video that he had made, which I think was called like Heist Vodka something. I don't know. It was something weird. But it had Heist's name in it. And apparently, according to Freddie Mitch, as soon as he mentioned it on his show, on Ken's show last night, this guy changed the title. So, interesting.
Okay. Well, yeah, I figured if you didn't, if you weren't notified of anything, then he must have. And the only reason I believe he would do that is because he knows it's a false copyright claim, and he would basically get banned completely from YouTube, and he would face legal charges because he was committing perjury.
Okay, because this is something I wanted to discuss because me and several other people were discussing why this happened. So this, although I'll say I do not, I don't know how to say it, but I'm suspicious of this whole situation. I'm more than willing to listen to any possible theory, and I do have to say, Nick, I do believe that you might be onto something, if not being 100% correct, that by realizing the legal implications, because I actually had to check off that I would be guilty of perjury if my submission of what I had stated to them was false, and I gave them my answer, I gave them everything, okay. And I'm not a fan of having to give this fucking shit to fucking YouTube, but they've got all my info. So, and you make a good point. Maybe it was the fact that he realized that there were going to be legal implications if he was found to be falsely claiming a copyright on me.
Well, yeah, because there's DCMA law, which in between America and Canada have a treaty.
Yep.
So you cannot falsely claim that shit at all. Like you can't. Like it even says on there, because I was looking up and going through it last night. If you file a false copyright claim, you are committing perjury under law. This isn't a fucking simple strike, blah blah, being bullied.
It's
blah,
like
blah.
committing fraud. It's literally committing fraud.
It's literally committing fraud. So if he were to continue to go with that, what would have happened is they would have been like, okay, file this. Here we go. We're sending it to the police. Here's your court date. And then he would have to show up and explain how his open free use YouTube videos were subject to copyright law, and you reviewing them were against the law, which he wouldn't be able to do because it's fair use. It's open platform. It's not monetized. He's not making money off it. It's not something he created. And they'd be like, oh, okay, well, you're guilty of perjury. Here's a year in American prison. Or Canadian, I don't know what they do, but they don't fuck around with stuff like that. And YouTube's cracking down on that shit. Like, you used to be able to get away with it before, but over the last year, they've really changed their stuff because they have to protect content providers, right, and content creators, because people are getting pissed off because they were getting hit with false copyright claims and people basically threatening to extort them for money. I remember it was like maybe a year ago, not even a year ago. There was a copyright troll, is what they called him. He got busted for doing this, and this guy's serving like 10 years in jail for it. You can't file false copyright claims. You can't do that because you're fucking yourself. So I'm glad he took it down in the sense of you're able to go live again, but you would have been able to anyways. So it's stupid as fuck on his part.
It does, like, that's the thing though. It does seem that way. I mean, I'd like to see some. I would have loved to have been able to see these videos to hear his explanation, but it does seem more likely that way than what would probably have happened if he didn't, which was, I'd get an email saying, it has been found that you're not guilty of copyright, and now this person's going to face legal. Like, I didn't get that email, so it does seem like he did in fact, retract it. And yeah, your logic seems to be the best one that fits the reason why. Because here's the thing, though. It was one of the few victories he did get, even temporarily. And I'm sure that he was relishing it when he hit you and then he hit me. Like, I'm sure he was just fucking dancing from the ceiling. But
he hit me with the different one than me because he realized, oh, it didn't do anything. Because I'm right up on another channel doing stuff. So it's like, oh, okay, well, that didn't work. So he's like, what can I do next? Okay, copyright. And he didn't realize, yeah, you could get away with the cyberbullying, whatever the fuck, blah blah blah, but you can't get away with false copyright because you're actually going to have to deal with the court.
True.
You're going to actually have to deal with the fucking law. It's not the dude he knows he does fucked up shit and he's terrified of dealing with the law in that sense. Like he was saying on his videos, oh, I talked to the FBI, everyone knows who I am. Dude, no, they don't. I'm sure you have a file with the RCMP.
He says he knows. He says they know who we are.
Yeah,
both me and you.
So, yeah. So it's like, okay, sure, dude. You're just putting yourself in a light you don't want to put yourself in, and you don't want that kind of fucking heat. And that would be like self fucking, I don't know, like that's doing it to yourself. That's not us doing anything to you. And I guarantee you, because he filed that fucking copyright claim, now he's got a record of filing it. So they're going to fucking skim over any kind of striking he does now.
Yep, that's true.
Any kind of striking he does now. If he tries to file another false copyright claim, he'll be fucked and he'll be completely banned from YouTube, which he has never been. I know he has said he has, but he has never been fucking 3 strikes. Because if he has been 3 strike, he wouldn't be able to log into any of his fucking YouTube accounts. He's might have got a week-long strike, maybe a 2-week, but anything more than that, no. He's never reached 3. So, I don't know. Whatever. What a fuck. Muppet.
Well, I appreciate that, YR, for you being so resourceful and at least being able to provide this verification.
We'll get the videos next time, but, I think he privated it immediately for some reason because none of my minnows has them, those videos. So, that means
minnows. What the fuck?
Yeah, everyone. Okay, so you've got your whisperers. I've got my sparrows. Ken has his birdies, and YR has his minnows.
I like that. Fucking wire.
And does anyone have any opinions on SC Steve's behavior last time?
Yes, I was actually. Thank you for providing that great transition. Why don't you take it away, guys? Because I was only witnessing this earlier today, when I believe both of you guys were right there when this all happened.
Well, apparently, he got on Ken's show. SC was still kind of throwing some names out there, like the Joe Cronin thing. He said Joe Cronin, and what ended up happening was Mellow Yellow. I guess booted him out of the call because SC muted Mellow Yellow, and then SC did call back in through the phone, I believe, and said, "Oh, what are you afraid to say Scott's name?" And he said, Scott's name or whatever. Which, knowing, obviously what we talked about before, the whole deal, and got pissed off. You know what I'm saying? But SC still was a dick because he knew what he was doing. Like, he couldn't have come on there like I did the past 2 weeks and be chill and be cool.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop all that right there. Okay. I love Ken. Ken's my boy. But so Ken added SC to the call. So SC called up and Ken took the call, right?
Yes.
Originally. So if you add SC to a call, you know what you're fucking getting. 100%. If you don't want to fucking deal with that shit, don't add SC to a call because he's going to do the same fucking thing every time. He's incapable of it. Guy's literally 100% drama, 100% troll. That's all he gives a shit about. He does not give a shit about anything else. And he gets on a call, he's going to start throwing out names and throwing out fucking drama, dude. Like, that's just what he does because he's a fucking dildo. I won't add him to calls because I know what he's going to do. You know how many times that dude's called me? Like, for every fucking one time I've added him, there's at least 50 times he's called that I've never added him to the call because I know what he's going to do.
Nicky makes a good point there, YR.
And he's supposed to be on some new thing this past week where he's not starting shit anymore. All of this, and obviously that fell by the wayside because. Look, I don't want it to be like he's a product of his environment because he hangs around with me. Obviously, what I'm saying, he can see how I've reeled things back myself. And
so the real question is, because you're rambling here, are you really done with him, or is that just another wire fucking bullshit excuse?
Well, I'm going to need to have his public.
So that's a no. Okay.
Well, I still have to give him a public hearing.
No, you said in your video that you made earlier today, SC Steve is done. You were done dealing with him. So which is it now?
Well, that doesn't mean I'm working with him again. If I can give him one last, I want him to explain.
That's what I'm asking.
Look, all I wanted to do is him explain himself publicly. But as for the SEC show and.
But you said he's done.
Well,
why do you need to hear his fucking explanation or his excuse for that matter?
I talked to him privately, and he said he was drunk, which is weird. But, SC never really gets drunk like that, right?
I don't think
SC always does that stuff sober, so I don't know what this drunk thing is.
That's true.
This is SC. It's SC. It doesn't matter if he's drunk or not drunk. The dude has a history of this shit.
Don't you remember when he was trying to get Scott onto your call there, YR?
Oh, yeah, a week ago.
And you know what? It was even the clips that I heard, Ken was saying, SC Steve trying to fucking sabotage YR.
Right.
Yeah, because let's be honest, SC doesn't have anything to lose in this. He has no channel. He has no anything. He calls up your show. He's a sidekick. Like, he doesn't have anything. If somebody mentions his city, he fucking throws a fit. So, what the fuck is he going to whine about if he could stir up other people to entertain himself, And I don't hate SC, but I see him for what he is, dude. He's just a little fucking troll, and that's fine. He can be that, but it all comes down to what you want to interact with and what you want to deal with. If you want to have him on your show, by means, have him on your show. You're allowed to have him on your show. Anybody can have anybody on their show, but you're going to have to deal with certain things that you do. If you take a call from SC, it's automatically going to go to fuck Joe Cronin. It's automatically going to go to this drama, blah, blah, blah. He's kind of a fucking, he's a show killer in the sense of where he won't shut up and he says stuff and it just kills the vibe. Like, we could be having a good conversation about something. You get at him right now and he'll be like, fuck Joe Cronin, huh? What do you see about this content? And it's just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I think he's obsessed with him. I think he's like a jilted something.
Yes.
Yeah, jilted lover. He's something with him because he is so fucking hard up for Cronin. It's like ridiculous. It's like, what did Cronin do to him? Did he kill his brother or some shit?
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah, is he fucking,
Montoya. I am
Montoya, yeah.
You killed my father.
Well, if I could furlough SC Steve, at least, because listen, a lot of other people, who did a lot worse, have done a lot of chances.
Just stop. No, there is no furloughing. Look, it's either you're gonna fucking deal with the poison or you're gonna cut it off. There's no well, kind of, maybe, and we'll hold up. No, you know exactly, like Nikki just said. You know exactly what you fucking get when you get him on a call. He's only got one setting. Retard. I got two switches, on and moron.
And I'm not even saying don't give him a chance. Okay, I'm not saying you get chances or no chances. I'm just saying if you take his call, you know what you're going to get. And I know Wire's always going to take his call, and that's fine, but that's Wire's shtick. That's what Wire wants.
Basically, what Nikki's saying, stop bitching, Wire, because you know exactly what you're dealing with.
Yeah. True. You do, Wire.
I personally think that he's a detriment to you. He's a liability, and he is going to try to fuck you up. That's what he's trying to do. He literally tried to get you flagged. So, and then he also tried to get you in trouble with me and the rest of the strong arms of the community with trying to take Scott onto your call. So remember, he's doing this on purpose. He's trying to fuck you over because he's never gotten over the fact that he'll never be as big as a troll as you. And he's always said, oh, well, YR taught me the game, blah, blah, blah. But this is the life of the the thief. You know, that thieves will try to kill each other so that they can be the top thief. And this is what he's trying to do with you. He's trying to destroy you so he can claim top dominance in the troll world.
That is true, SEC.
I've always said this guy's transparent, man. But no, I'm the one who's just like, oh, I'm hating on him.
I mean, like, I'd take SC Steve over Mellow Yellow.
Don't be a bullfrog. There's no need to yell, okay? We hear you just fine.
I would take SC Steve over Bullfrog or Mellow Yellow.
Well, then your standards are way too low, man. Why don't you like up the game and maybe get somebody, you know, that is worthy, who can actually carry on a conversation?
Mellow wasn't really helping the situation.
Forget about Mellow, man. That guy's a fucking genetic waste.
Yeah, he is.
Well, you did have something good with, what's his name, Dr. Earl.
Well, the stuff going with Tony right now is actually...
Yeah, that stuff works.
You know what I'm saying? And he kind of keeps me grounded a bit in a positive way where, you know what I'm saying, if there's an argument with me and someone else or others, he tries to, you know, keep it cool. It's just appreciative because you can't get, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get too, like, I'm tired of, like, after this weekend with Scott and shit, bro, it should be much more peaceful. I mean, it's not going to be overnight, but the culture of the community should be changing now, if you know what I mean. You know, just how we interact and how we talk to each other. You know, everything shouldn't be a war. Everything should be a battle, like Scott makes it. You know what I'm saying? And the blame game should be over. You know, we always have proof. We always have the screenshots, recordings. Scott and Joe and others do not have that proof. So, like, the blame game shit, which Scott kind of created in this community, that should be all done with as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different should be switching up. So, changing up for the better. The spring cleaning at its finest. You know what I'm saying? And
I'll really just segue that. You know something that reminded me of that makes me laugh? You remember how fucking everyone, you know, how fucking Scott always used to call Vikings fans say he looks like Fred Flintstone? Mm-hmm. Isn't it ironic now that he looks like Fred Flintstone?
He does.
I find that funny. I just thought of that. I don't know. It's a idea.
I like that. Copyright it before someone steals it.
Copywritten. But I don't know why. You're going to do what you want. It doesn't really matter to me. I think Tony's good for you because Tony's pretty fucking chill. I mean, it's hard not to be when you smoke that much fucking weed. He's pretty mellow, and he keeps you more grounded because you respect his piano playing, you know? His piano playing has won you over.
Oh, yeah. We're changing the game. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if we're going to be honest, you are the only one in the community with a musician. You got your own live band like Kevin Eubanks.
No.
What was the... What?
You're right.
What was the name of the one bald fuck who played for Letterman?
Oh, Schaefer. Paul Schaefer.
Yeah, you got your own Schaefer, dude.
Speaking of Joe Cronin. Get it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Oh, dude. Oh, we got him. Boom.
That hole in the wall was filled up fairly quickly, and plus that camera angle was altered so as to not, allow the audience to have a full-on view of that thing.
I had to laugh about it because I thought it was brick, and I'm like, wait, what? Brick doesn't do that. After I saw it, I'm like, what the fuck?
I was amazed. I honestly thought it was
brick molding.
Yeah, when I was still on his show, I commented, it's like, oh, it looks nice. You know, you got the brick covered with that and stuff, and clearly that's some sort of facade or something that was placed over.
I know, that makes me laugh my ass off. As a former Mason, I was like, seriously, dude.
Well, it's a quick way of, I guess, finishing an unfinished basement, I guess, or at least making it look like it's finished.
Yeah, I get it.
It's something off the computer that he does. Is it like something off the computer, or it's a sheet, like a poster?
Oh, it's like I don't know what the word for it would be. It's like fucking some kind of prefab wall thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's basically like I don't even think it's drywall behind that. You know,
Yeah,
because a
I
mic
think
wouldn't
it's
have gone
cinder
through drywall
block.
that easy. Yeah, I don't even think I'm like a drywall. Yeah, drywall mic's not going to go through drywall that fucking easy.
No.
So it's like he just has like a thin layer of fucking
Veneer or
maxi
something.
pads.
Yeah.
You know, veneer. Covering his wall, which is just so fucking tacky and hilarious.
It's like an epoxy. It's like he ordered an epoxy and just spread it all over the wall.
Yeah,
Well,
that's exactly what it is.
Well, that's what he used to patch it up, whatever that shit is called. That stuff. Yeah, this it comes in little packages and shit and little boxes, and you just smear it on the. It's not epoxy, but it fills in the poly whatever.
I don't know. I always just called it putty.
Yeah, it's putty. It's putty, but I'm just thinking of the Canadian brand. But yeah, he filled that in very quick. You can actually see where he did the work and stuff. But that's a very quick fix. Actually, it looks like he didn't want people to even remember it, so he covered it up and he painted it up real quick, and now it's not noticeable. But you can.
Because it's a pain in the ass. You have to sand that shit.
No, it was textured though. It was textured. You can see that
okay.
the other brick, the fake brick, is textured as well. So it looks like he just took the putty and just fucking smeared it over, filled it up, and plus moved the camera so his head's really over the area that's over there. So it's not really noticeable.
Yeah. Okay.
But
the guy doesn't he like? Oh my bad.
I was just saying that you can see that this particular fake wall is made in portions, so you can actually calculate exactly where the hole is. If you look at where it was when he smashed this mic into the wall, compared to where his head was, on this, I guess I'll monetize this, where or the stream after, whichever, the one where he moved the camera, you can see that basically there was that change, and you can calculate where that hole is going to be based on the structure of this fake wall, because it comes in like sort of squares. So you can actually see the portions and figure out where that hole was going to be. Just look it up. You'll see.
Well, Cronin doesn't he if he gets a computer desk or certain home projects, he tries for a couple minutes, he get pissed off and he gives up. Like he has swing sets and shit that aren't even fucking built up yet. That he's that type of he thinks he's like the home repair guy or whatever, but it's just like that quick fix shit or whatever, quick whatever and boom. Like he doesn't have any craftsmanship to his craftsmanship.
He's not a handyman. Like if you for home.
Well, maybe handicapped.
Yeah, true. For home ownership, you gotta have basic stuff like basic carpentry, basic painting. Basic drywalling. I mean, can he shingle his own roof? Probably not.
I hate shingling.
Yeah, it sucks. Fucking tar.
That's what I hate. That's what I hate.
And tar fucking
smell and shit.
Yeah, true. I got here. Any other somewhere?
Quickly, the Toxic Avengers. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, Toxic Avengers.
So, apparently, that was some type of a movie series in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was a movie, and then there was a TV series that was based off. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember the guy got stuck with a sheep. He got tricked into getting laid from some chick in a gymnasium or something, and he's hugging on a sheep or some shit. It was really funny.
Well, what's that guy? It's like his face is all. It's like a glob, like bullfrogs. What's the character's name? Damn it! It's like the character, and his face is all melted and shit, and all. It's like a big blob.
I don't remember.
Come on, guys. All right, I'm gonna have to look it up. But listen, Dave Rose. Thank you for having me on. I hope Ken calls in. I do apologize to Ken for SC's behavior. That was all him. Obviously, if I was awake, I would have called in and put a leash on my dog over there. You know what I'm saying? Put him back in his crate.
Why don't you just put him down?
Oh. Yeah, true.
We might have a auction with a couple co-hosts of mine.
I don't think anyone's gonna pay for him. Sorry.
I mean, I think Joe loves Keith. He keeps bringing him up and shit. So maybe Joe can get Keith, and I can, ship SEC.
I'm sorry. I have co-ownership of Keith with you. He's with you during the days, and at night he comes on my game streams and entertains.
I'll make a three-way trade with three-team trade with Ken. I'll get trade me Mellow Yellow. I'll give you Tony, but the arbitration is or the fine lines is that Tony has to be on YR and Ken show. But then for Mellow, I'll give him to Joe, but Joe has to give me.
Your phone sucks.
Yeah.
Let's see, who would I take for Mellow for Joe? Let's see. I don't know. It's gonna be hard. I'll give Mellow away for a future draft pick from Joe Cronin. How about that? And the winner is Tony because he gets to go on multiple shows on this deal. So we'll talk about it behind the scenes, but.
All right. Oh fuck! I gotta go. Something came up. Thanks. I'll hit you back up later.
No worries, guys.
All right, hey guys, my wife's calling me, man. I gotta go. Listen, Rose, for real. Tonight, I mean, I don't want to plug my show here. That's disrespectful. But listen, I love you, brother. We had fun yesterday, and this week, it's tribunal week. I'm gonna party all week. And then Friday's the big day. Or really, Saturday's the big day, but Friday's, that's kind of like my little guilty pleasure. I'm going to enjoy hearing all the illegal, guilty stuff from Scott. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a special deal, you know? I guess Dave Rose is going to, come out with the directions to where to get that and all of that, to see that and stuff like that, correct? You're going to eventually...
Just wrap it up.
I love everyone here. God bless. We're not pressing our religion. We are the religion. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your call there, YR. A little extended, but thank you nonetheless for calling in. And thank you for Nicky Nines. He had to be called away for 9 God jobs, but he'll, I'm sure, be very quick to handle those. But yes, we've seen quite a lot in the past few days. Shout out to all the 50 fake viewers that we have in the chat right now. Only 1 thumbs down and 22 thumbs up. Interesting. The trolls haven't woken up yet. But regardless, so we are celebrating. As we know, we're live again. And as Nikki and I were talking about previously, I will be moving on to greener pastures once all this tribunal shit is all taken care of. And there's a lot of different things that I, would like to do, or at least different things that are not typically associated with, the community. So, for example, this I did not talk about, but just my discussions on cannabis with Tony from Revia is something that I would like to continue. May not be on my channel, maybe a different brand, but it's a topic that I do like to discuss. And something that is different, and it is, in my opinion, beneficial and positive, and it doesn't involve any sort of drama or anything. But despite what people like Ken, despite what people like Joe or Scott say, I don't have a problem with being creative, nor do I have a problem with actually producing shows that sorry, I got distracted here by a fucking message. Shouldn't be doing this while I'm trying to talk. I'm actually fairly stoned, to be honest. Let's see if I can remember what I was saying by listening back to the chat.
Come out with the directions.
There's a lot of different things that I... Oh, yes. Joe Cronin saying that I'm not creative. Typically associated with. And Scott, too. Fact is that there's nothing more that I wouldn't love to separate when it comes to all this shit. So it doesn't matter. It could be cannabis. It could be fucking rocket science. It could be conspiracies. Can't be sports. I can't talk sports. But other than that, I can... Cooking, okay? And I know Joe has thrown a few little jabs there in regards to my cooking shows and such, but it's different. It's creative. Doesn't involve the community. And it just proves you wrong. But I don't need to talk about anyone in particular because I'm not a one-trick pony. I did graduate from high school, and I'm definitely no slouch when it comes to either reading books, which is a normal human thing. Okay, so if you've got a problem with that, Joe, that's with you. And I like to learn. So let's go back to the chat here just to address a few things. Let's see here. Based Alcatraz says, mellow for JB if the return rumors are true. And I think Tony would be great for FMN. Filthy would fall in love with him. I can already tell. Alrighty, now we're welcoming a call from my best friend, Travis TLC. Thank you for calling in.
Good afternoon. It's a wonderful day. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and Dave Rose has his channel back.
Truly a glorious day, my friend.
Yeah, I guess that bullshit copyright strike didn't work out so well. Scanty.
Well, I think Nicky Nines was probably the most accurate in his assessment in regards to why this thing ended up getting retracted.
I agree. Definitely the case.
Personally, I kind of was hoping that it would be reviewed, but hey, I'm streaming now sooner than it was expected before. So hey, there's always a silver lining, and this weekend, these past 3 days have been just full, replete even, with silver linings.
Yes, and we've also seen a lot of bitch moves being made, all the privating and the striking.
Huge
and
bitch moves, actually, from all across.
I think those moves right there are more revealing than any 9-hour stream you've done. I think it reveals the most right there. You see it all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As I've stated before, anybody that comes on a stream and does that whole thing and talks big and tough and then privates it immediately, bitch. Absolute bitch.
It's undeniable. And it's funny because if this is really a therapy session, you don't necessarily need to put it out publicly. Just do it on your own. Talk to a mirror. But, you know, when you make it public and then you private it, thinking somehow you got one up on everyone because now they don't know that you made a video, but you made it public, it is a bitch move. It's like a Mark Skunty move. It's like literally those kids bullied me or they didn't agree with me at school. So I'm now going to fucking beat up my teddy bear and yell into the mirror that I'm such a tough guy and nobody will ever know, but I got one up on them.
Yes, well, as we've seen for however long we've been playing this game, there's us and those around here that don't let that shit work anymore. The privating gimmick doesn't work anymore. Sorry.
That's very true because the problem is you rock the boat enough and you got a lot of eyes on you. So now Scott has basically ensured that people are constantly keeping an eye on his channels. And if he does come out with something, even if he deletes the video, they at least have a screenshot that proves it. So now all eyes and all spotlights are on Scott. And he didn't realize, obviously, that he was doing that to himself.
Exactly.
He painted himself into a corner.
I wonder if good old Scunty Boy is going to try and strike Joe Cronin, who has been continuously playing sound clips of Scott for his own entertainment here. I wonder if he's going to try anything to his old daddy.
You do raise
Probably
a good point.
not to him.
I mean, he does have a donation that has him on there, and Scott multiple times in the past has claimed that, Joe was making money off him from doing this donation, and would even postulate what would happen if I asked if for you to pay me the money that you owe me for using my image and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
He has no knowledge of the law. It's hilarious.
Right. And along with that donation, there's, also sound clips that Joe's been using here very frequently, which are funny. Admittedly, they are funny. But it's interesting how Scott won't do anything to his daddy, but everyone else is liable for anything. You know what I mean? It's interesting how that works.
I also find it very interesting that although he has said a few things in regards to Nikki Nines, most of his recent videos have been especially focused upon me.
Oh, you mean Scott?
Yes.
Oh, yes. He is very much infatuated with you, Dave Rose. He's up all night talking about you. He can't get enough of you.
He's also thinking I'm watching him live. At what would be 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
no, Dave Rose has to get his beauty sleep too.
Well, that's why I keep getting carded when I go buy alcohol. So
yes,
or cigarettes.
Exactly. I had another point I was going to make, but I've sort of forgotten it temporarily. Let me try and remember what I was going to say. Give me just a second.
And while he does that.
Oh, okay. I remember now. Sorry, I smoke weed too, so sometimes I
that's cool.
become absent-minded. Yes. So whenever you hear Mr. Joe say things like, I'm not on anyone's side, I'm on my side, when it comes to this whole Scott ordeal, how he won't denounce him, he won't, get rid of him entirely. He's going to keep him around in some aspect. He may not be literally having him on the show, at least not yet, but we'll see about that. But anytime you hear him say that type of line, like, I'm on my side, I'm not on anyone's side, just know that is purely done out of spite. Towards you, it's nothing more than spite.
It is. It's very evident that it is.
If it wasn't you and Nikki heading this whole thing, for a fact that he would be 1,000% on board with anything to do with getting this guy to go away. But because it's you and because it's Nikki Nines, who's that? I don't know who that is. The spite is so real and visceral, you can hear it. So just keep in mind, whenever you hear that type of rhetoric, that's what it is. It's nothing but childish spite.
How funny how similar Scott and Joe are.
It's almost one and the same, except Joe doesn't have clearly doesn't have alcoholism. He's not anywhere near that. And I don't quite think I don't think Joe really has like flat out schizophrenia. I don't think he's quite to that degree because he's clearly able to maintain somewhat of a normal life with
very good point, actually.
His family.
Yep.
So I wouldn't say he's as far gone. I would say though, when it comes to YouTube in general, like utterly breaking them down and making them like this jaded, bitter, like just weird type of person who can't handle anything, like in that aspect, they're very similar. They do have similar tendencies, but one is clearly worse than the other. That's for sure.
I wanted to just reiterate to people that the evidence marathon is going on Friday, and what's going to happen is that this is going to be, it's actually going to be pre-recorded, but it's going to be then aired through multiple sites. So as such, as I stated in the past, it'll be like whack-a-mole. So you can't really take down the original source. You can only take down those that are rebroadcasting it. And there'll be so many of those that, it'll be very difficult for Scott to keep track of or even know where they all are. So that can't be stricken. And that should allow for at least people to enjoy their Friday, just catching up on all the different stuff that Scott has been up to for all these years. And just have things in context when we finally start to discuss them on Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, and that will be a glorious thing to witness, and I am thankful for you and anyone else who took the work to put that together and make it happen. I mean, that's no easy feat that you guys did there, because we all know there's a lot to go through.
Yes, and the fact is that, as I've stated in the past, this is going to be presented in such a manner that it will make sense, but it's also discussing the law and providing the proper evidence to cite. So as such, the arguments will be done in such a way that both Nikki and I will be presenting them, and it'll take some time to discuss, but we will get through it all. There'll be screenshots displayed, potential witnesses interviewed, and the thing is, though, because we want an audience to be able to watch this and hear this, regardless if the main video is taken down, even if it got to that point where the actual channel that was broadcasting it was found and taken down, that this stuff would still continue via Discord. Okay? Now, Discord also allows us to maintain a group of people that are listening to the show, but are held in a private area until we choose to bring them in for a potential witness statement. So this also, like I said, allows for those to continue to watch and not worry that the video gets taken down if it gets to that point. But the levels of contingency that Nikki and I have taken because of what we expected to occur, I don't think it's going to get to that point. But again, these are the contingency plans we have in place. So you could be watching either on YouTube, on various channels. You could be in the Discord, observing from there. But there's going to be different things that are set up so that this video is not going to be stricken while it's live.
Yes.
And it will be recorded and possibly re-uploaded if need be. Sorry, go ahead.
That's good. No, that's great. I'm gonna go. I think I've said enough to put a couple of people into a tizzy, so I think I'm all good.
When can we expect a cornhole experience on Joe Cronin?
Well, I kind of put out like a small little one.
And where
Obviously,
can someone see that?
Oh, that's on my channel.
And what's your channel?
It's a long time. I think I have it as Travis TLC GoldenEye Productions, I think is what I have it as. I basically took, the whole meltdown and just put my little flavor on it, the little things I do.
I liked it when you did change the color spectrum and you slowed it down slightly to highlight or enunciate certain aspects of that Cronin meltdown.
Yeah, that's kind of my trademark, is to slow things down a little bit in certain areas and stuff. So you can see that on there. It's
with
basically
all due
just
respect, sir, your trademark is berating people with googly eyes while wearing like a beautiful Chinese authentic silk kung fu suit.
Oh yes,
that's your fucking trademark.
That is called a tangjuan, and that is custom made tangjuan. Yes, I love that thing. Yes, that is the trademark. I simply don't have the time to do what I would want to do, but never say never. That's all I gotta say is never say never.
I have one of those tanjuans, but they're it's made of wool, so it's really itchy, and it's brown, so it's like peasant level.
Right.
But hey, I like it, man. It's great for kung fu. So.
Yeah, mine's like for I'm the White Emperor, if you will.
I love it. Bow down towards me. I am the White Emperor.
But okay, well, I'll let you get back to what you're doing, and I'll go back to listening. Thank you for all your hard work, and I'm glad you have your channel back.
Well, thank you so much on all that adulation, I should say. And yes, this is Tribunal Week. Celebration
I
time.
can't wait. Alrighty, sir. Have a good one.
Same to you. And there goes my best friend, Travis TLC. And very capable when it comes to psychological dissection of the human and non-human or subhuman minds. So very much appreciated his call and his analysis. Let me just take a little swig here. In fact, yes, I am celebrating with the beer because after all, why not? Tribunal Week is here. This is better than Mardi Gras Week. And, you know, we've got a culmination at the end of the week. And this is for you, the people. I could have easily done this privately. Me and Nikki could have done this privately, but we did not. And this is obviously something that, again, has been promised. And, well, we're just about there, people. So just be ready, because that will be aired. And in regards to the actual tribunal itself, look for it on this channel now that we can go live again. However, that's not necessarily the original channel where it's going to be coming from. So if this channel gets struck, it won't necessarily be the channel where this is broadcasting from. And in fact, I encourage anyone who wants to basically simulcast the entire video. Contact me privately. I can give you access to the actual source. Or you can take it from this channel. But the bottom line is there's going to be many people that are going to do this, and I encourage as many as possible so that this information gets out. I want this fucking done. So we need to get this information out. So if you can assist with that, please let me know. Or if you just randomly want, the video is going to be unmonetized. There's no issues in regards to simulcasting. I'm not going to claim any copyrights or anything like that. In fact, I'm explicitly encouraging people to do so. That means you have full right to rebroadcast the tribunal. Full rights. Obviously with no commercials or nothing like that. No monetary gain. But you want to rebroadcast it? You got it. And yeah, we'll see what transpires this week. I'm sure that there's going to be some sort of commentary. I know that Scott was saying he didn't need to say it. Like, this was on the... can't remember which stream this was. He's been very busy. I've got it recorded. I think it was March 20th. So it must have been yesterday. But basically saying that he wasn't going to say anything else until the tribunal happened. But these videos apparently came out last night, and then he deleted them. So he did say something. So he's still speaking. So, you know, I can't really speculate as to what he did say, but it's going against what he said, which was, I'm not going to say anything until there's a tribunal, but he clearly is. And then he's, I guess, regretting it and then choosing to delete it. This could be drunk regret. It could just be realizing, you know, how fucked he is. And you know what? I honestly, it bothers me. It really fucking bothers me that it got to this fucking point. I'm wasting time on shit that I shouldn't need to. But the problem is we have these little fucking juvenile, mentally retarded psychopaths, and that's exactly what it is, who think they can have the run of the mill and actually issue threats. Now, as I've always said in the past, if I wasn't actually taking care of my dad, I really wouldn't have taken to this point. I would never have had any problem with it. But the thing is, though, I have a duty, and that duty is of protection. Now, you even look at me the wrong way and make that duty of protection threatened, expect me to come to you as the god of war. Okay? So that was the problem in the first place. He chose this. Scott chose this. I didn't want this. Okay? And if I didn't have this duty, I really wouldn't care, you know? But he pushed it, and he pushed it, and he pushed it, and he pushed it. And now it is inevitable, Mr. Anderson. Because I am a man. I stand up for what I believe in, and I do my duty. So you push it to the point where you're questioning and actually threatening me for going forward with presenting what you've done. Everyone's already aware of that, okay? But you want it presented in such a way that it can be submitted to law enforcement. Fine, that's what you get. That's what you wanted. That's what you get. But this is also, as I've said in the past, this is not malicious. This is now to educate those that have been threatened by Scott McKinnon, who have been intimidated by him, to understand that they're not alone, that they have full protection and rights, that they have options available to them to pursue any sort of action that they wish, okay? And that most importantly, Scott is not as powerful as he's threatened he is. And that's the thing. It's not that he said that he's threatened he is. And nobody, whether it be Amanda Carmen, whether it be fucking... Who else has he threatened? Bex, oh my God, there's I've got a list of this, but regardless, these people need to understand that they're not alone, that they have all these options available to them, and that they don't have to live like this. They don't have to live in fear. They don't have to live trying to think that they need to walk on eggshells around a guy that really shouldn't even be on the fucking internet. This is not about me, people. Scott always made this about, like, the ego, blah, blah, blah. Now, again, there's nothing about ego when it comes to family, okay? He doesn't seem to understand this. Obviously, there's issues with his family. He claims otherwise, and how dare I say that? Well, the evidence is clear. But regardless, okay? Also, was it he that actually said yeah, you know what? Yes, he did say this the other day. He did say this the other day. This was something I wanted to speak on. I've got my list, but my list isn't open. This was a celebratory stream. Regardless, what did he say? He said that my entire family hates me. He has no knowledge on my family, okay? So for him to even say that, I think is audacious, for one. But, I mean, I've actually sort of, well, this just goes to show how psycho is, okay? He knows, or he did know, what my family situation was. You know what? Fuck it. You know what? Whatever. Fucking I'll say it. Look, my mom divorced my dad in 2018, somewhere around that point. And basically I moved back with them to help them out, organize all their fucking shit, and help them sell the house, okay? And my mom is enjoying her beautiful retirement, a well-deserved retirement, and she lives, you know, downtown Toronto, living the life, you know? I live out in the country with the bumpkins, but I love the bumpkins. I love the country people. They are fucking good people. And in fact, I love this place better than any fucking city I've ever lived in. And I live here with my father, taking care of him, and fulfilling a lot of different roles. Caretaker, son, groundskeeper, whatever. There's a lot of stuff out here, and being out in the country, certain things are a little bit further than normal. So you gotta, take a lot of time to travel to these areas, okay? But, and I've got a brother and I've got a sister. My brother has his life, my sister has her life. And they both recognize what I do. Okay, they recognize the difficulty that of the situation that I'm in, but they also acknowledge that I'm taking one for the team. I'm doing my duty, and regardless of the challenges that come with that, that I'm doing what's right. Okay. So for Scott to even make this baseless claim, and this is where it really, like, you want to talk about me, that's fine, Scott, okay? I bested you, I made you bend the knee, kiss the ring, fine. You're embarrassed, humiliated, fine. Okay? Keep telling me that I'm not as smart as I think I am. Do something funny, okay? Act like the clown that you are. But when you fucking start to dig into family, okay, that's where it's not only is it hypocritical, because it does seem to be that your family has cut you off, or at least that you don't have these good relations with them, despite you saying the other day that you got an Easter package from them. But it really goes to show what kind of an evil scumbag you are, because if you really were confident in your stance, if you just had so much on me and I really was that bad of a person, you wouldn't have to mention family or anything else. You'd be like, Dave Rose, you are so fucking stupid, transparent. I don't have to mention anything else. Your track record fucking explains itself. That's what a normal person would do. They don't have to say, well, I can't. It's like what fucking happened with fucking Ken. It's like, well, I can't even fucking get Ken angered. Ken ignores me. So what do? Well, since I don't have a penis or, testicles, just have a fucking vagina that I've got to dilate because it's fake and I'll never be a woman, I've got to attack Shannon. Oh, but it was just an action. I just randomly typed in Shannon and Ken's name into a search, and oh my God, it just magically appeared on my screen. I didn't have any power against that to prevent that from showing up, but oh no, it appeared here. So, that wasn't intentional at all. There's clearly no intention in that. So no, I wasn't doxing anyone or trying anything bad. How dare you say anything about me? Let me go back to the chat here because I need to fucking diffuse a bit. Cora says, it's great to see you live. Well, that's what she said. And Ken says, thank God for family. Ryan Murray says, Dave, brother and sister stream, please. Nope. Foulmouth Ken says, you doing the right thing for your family and you're a good son. Debatable. But it's duty. That's the thing, though. It doesn't matter anything else. Duty is duty. And, some of those that serve in the military understand that. Not that I'm equating myself to someone in the military, but I've always had that mentality and structure, and was willing to, as I explained in the past, was considering enrolling until I realized that I wouldn't be able to do the best job as I could. I'd be better suited for something of a more intellectual nature. But regardless, let's see here. Ken says, I don't think Scott will ever be able to say that about himself. No, he said that about himself. He'll say anything. He'll say that he literally is a god, that he is equivalent with Jesus, that he is this Messiah, a great power and all that. Like, he'll say anything. He'll say anything. He'll say that I somehow have this huge ego compared to him, but when you look at him, it's embarrassingly evident. Based Alcatraz says, we all have our roles to play in life. I know you did great, Dave. Well, I appreciate your kind words. Jay Diz says, I've done the same for my mom while watching others. Some called boys get shit handed to them. Not perfect, but I always try to do the right thing, especially for my mom. Well done, DDR. Well, thank you, Jay Diz. I hear you, bro. My mom's my rock. And, ain't anything I'm not going to do for her. Like, whatever. Danimal says, I'm sure they are happy. All they have to do is send them holiday calls and keep him as far away as possible. Oh, about Scott. Yeah, exactly. They still love me, man. I mean, they won't even call me, but at least they sent me this holiday card that hasn't even been signed. They love me, man. Ryan Murray says, imagine attacking a guy's wife. Yeah. Falmouth Ken says, LOL. Yeah, Dan, seriously, like, make sure you send Scott something every year to keep him the fuck away. Ryan Murray says, quickest nope ever. It's the Costanza. Just like Pelosi, she is a cunt. I'm not sure who you're referring to. But, yeah, quickest nope ever is the fact that they got their lives. But I'm the one who made myself public on YouTube, so I'm the one who's fucking going to take any slings and arrows for it. It's just how it works. It's duty. And, yeah, some people don't understand that. Some people confuse it. And, you know, Scott, for example, doesn't seem to have any loyalties. Actually, in fact, he admitted this. He's like, he only cares about himself. So he reveals himself with what he says. Oh, Costanza says he is referring to Alien. Interesting. By the way, just a reminder, Skype lines are open. I'd love to hear from Ken. I see him in the chat there, but I'm not sure if he's around. Actually, let's see if we can get this guy on the call, because it's one of those people that doesn't actively call into shows, but he is willing to speak to you if he's around. Pity. Looks like... Actually, no, that's... What am I thinking? I'm probably stoned. I was calling Heistman, and I saw him earlier in the chat, but he's not answering. So, I don't know, maybe he's out in a boot. I thought he usually stayed in. He didn't like going out. I mean, I know he's in Florida, and they took down the lockdown and shit, so should be able to go out. I mean, weather's getting good. I think he'd be out enjoying it. But, let's see here. What did I want to talk about? There's a few things about Cronin that I wanted to mention. Got a little distracted, obviously, today's show. But, you know, more celebrating. Back to the chat here. Goon says, Ken learning lighting photo effects as we stream. What, is he going live tonight too? I don't know about No Hard Feelings. That's tonight or tomorrow. Freddie Mitch says, hey, Scott can barely keep roommates. It seems that way. Danimal says, good to see your channel back up, by the way, Dave. That was quickly fixed. Well, it took a few days, but thankfully it did. And it does appear that Scott retracted the copyright. I would say, if anything, thank him, because I was going to see this through. I was going to basically allow for, because they said basically, if you don't think this is right, you know, we'll add you, we'll have you attend this YouTube re-education camp. Let us welcome a certified real black Heistman Defoe.
What up, though?
I hope your Sunday is doing well. How are you doing, brother?
I'm chilling, watching some jogger ball, you know.
Oh, yeah? Who's winning? The white men? Or the owners. The owners. I should have said the owners. Oh, no, but they're going away from that word, aren't they? What's the more...
It's college ball right now.
Oh, it's college ball.
Yeah.
Well, that's way better than fucking...
Way better.
Those kids try it, and you can see it.
Yes. I love it when they cry, when they lose.
You like to see the tears, huh?
Yeah, that's real pain, man. They really trying to do something, man. And they lose, they cry and shit, snot be flying. I be like, I love it.
All right. I can see you fucking, like, getting tickets there and just, like, mopping up the court afterwards for the fucking tears and, like, just fucking wringing it out and, like, drinking that shit. But, like, your tears be fucking awesome. I love your pain.
What's going on today, man?
Not too much, man. I'm celebrating the fact that I can stream again. It doesn't.
Yeah, see.
It appears that, and I didn't necessarily believe this from the get-go, but even Dave Rose can admit that he may have been wrong in the initial assessment. But it seems to be that Scott may have in fact retracted his copyright claim.
Oh, word.
Speculation because he realized there was going to be legal implications from it. So here I am, back again.
It ain't take long though. It took a couple of days.
It
3-4
took
days?
about 3 days, 4 days. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3-4 days, and we're good. So I've just been celebrating. I haven't been reviewing any of his clips or showing his image, because that was the argument that he was trying to use before. Although now we know it's not going to work, because he's got a sort of like a red flag on his, or a black mark, whatever you want to call it, on his record.
Black is always worse. Black is worse. Nah.
I look great in black.
Me too. I wear black all the time, man.
In Florida?
I'm looking at the chat. Hell yeah.
Oh, man, that must be so hot, dude.
I don't go out the house that much, man.
I can imagine you in a fucking, like, Colonel Sanders white suit, like fucking... like going around with the cane, be like,
I got kids. I can't wear white.
No, that's
They'll touch you in the fucking back with some Cheeto fingers. You think you cool? You got a whole handprint of Cheetos
hilarious,
on your
man.
back.
That's so funny, because that's something that people with kids, that people who don't have kids, don't think about. Is you can't wear white around kids.
Sure can't.
That's hilarious.
Oh
man. So you went live on Friday, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I go live every Friday at 9
Any
p.m.
internet problems this time around?
Internet problems, of course. I got the lag gang, man. I got the lag gang. My shit be lagging all the time.
Yeah, it must be
man.
because you're black, man. That's the only reason they're slowing your internet down, right?
I do, man. I be talking some shit. They don't want me to say it, so they were like, "Let's get his ass up out of here." It's all right though.
Can't hold that man down.
They try to.
But yeah, it's great to hear from you, man. I haven't talked to you in a while. And, I'm just
happy
happy that
call me.
What's that, man?
You know me. You gotta call me, because I don't.
Man, absolutely, man. Like, you don't chase. People have to chase after the man, the heist man.
Just call me and I'll show up.
No, that's exactly it. That's why I even said that. It's like, this is the man that he don't call. He might be around, but he don't call. But if you give him a call, he shows that respect and he takes that call. So,
because I want to be there. I want to be there. I just don't want to be a burden.
No, never a burden, my friend. Never a burden. And I appreciate your support in these last couple of days and stuff. And you've recognized and reached out to me and stuff regarding the fact that the channel got struck, taken down. And, like, all I was doing was reviewing what was being said about me and stuff. And, this is obviously the actions of a very desperate man, or boy, whatever you want to call him. Actually, you know what? In this case, yes, it would be appropriate to call him boy. And you know what? I would encourage you, Heist Man, to call him boy.
Boy?
That's
call him
right.
Boy. I don't know, man. I call him a boy, but I don't like when a white man call me boy. That's something else right there.
Well, no, but that's the thing, though. He calls you a wankster. He thinks he's authentic black. Okay, he's not reading the certificate, that says he's not black. So he thinks he's black. He calls you not black. So you can call him boy and fucking offend him, because he thinks he's black.
Okay, you're right. He think he's black. He think I'm white. So we'll call him boy. I'm gonna call him a nigger. That's what I'm gonna call him. Scott my nigger.
He's soft. That's what he is. He's Mr. Softy.
Fuck him. He'll be all right, man. I'm just ready for this tribunal, man. I'm ready to see this shit. You think is it gonna go down without a hitch?
The amount of effort that me and Nick give, like, not just you. I'm just saying, like, to people who are listening. Do you guys not hear how fucking exhausted I am? Like, the stuff that I've been the footwork I've been putting into to ensure that this is going to be fucking airtight, that there's going to be no fucking chance that this shit's going to be taken down or even interrupted while it's airing, is extensive, okay? So, people really don't understand what's going on in the background, but just understand that a lot of effort's been put in to make sure that this thing finally gets done, because we're fucking sick of this shit and we want it over with.
But hey, man, y'all doing the Lord's work, man. Y'all doing the Lord's work, so
I appreciate it. It's a challenge, but it needs to be done. That's the bottom line.
fuck 'em.
Enough is enough.
I don't know. I'm ready to see what he gonna do afterwards, man. You know, because
Well,
this shit entertains me. He entertained the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna front, man. I just love to see him up, down, all the ways. So I want to see what he gonna do afterwards.
Well, the thing is, it really doesn't matter to me in regards to the fact that what's going to be presented is just going to be so overwhelming that, I mean, like jail time is almost inevitable. I mean, especially with the wasting of the prank calls to the FBI and RCMP.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not even tribunal shit. That's the other stuff. That's part 2. That's the stuff that's not going to be published. That's the stuff I personally talked about, where it's like, that's an issue with me. Like, I take issue when, I've got a lot of friends that do work in, first line support, like as paramedics and shit like that. And somebody like Scott wasting these resources. And I always think of it this way. What if one of my family members was in distress? They call 911 and they find that, they can't get a hold of someone because an asshole like Scott is prank calling them. I can't live with myself to allow that. That's, again, duty. My duty is to my fellow man. And if this is basically endangering lives on both sides of the border, and we've had multiple instances of this, look, enough is enough, okay? Evil only triumphs when good men do nothing.
Damn. Some pivotal words, man.
And I'm just sick and tired of this shit. I refuse to do what's right. I refuse it. Sorry, I refuse to not do what's right. That's what I meant to say.
Not do what's right, yeah.
Yeah, I have to do what's right every time around. I'm sorry.
I refuse to do right.
Yeah, I guess I was channeling Scott. His alien brain was infected me, man. But
I want to ask you a
'cause that's
question,
what
man.
you
I just seen something on Twitter, man. It was kind of crazy, man. The chick, the Kardashian chick, Kylie Jenner, she raising money for a makeup artist, like doing a GoFundMe. Do you think that's weird?
For a makeup artist?
Yes, that that's super rich and she's trying to do a GoFundMe for a makeup artist.
It's disgustingly cheap.
Right, and she a fucking billionaire.
She could have easily just fucking given them the money and be like, there you go, it's a gift. And I'll write it off on my taxes.
Right. I just saw that. I said, God damn, that's scandalous.
That whole family's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, fuck them, though. Nah.
Oh, and
Shit.
yeah, there's already rumors that apparently, whichever one got divorced, I think it's Kylie, that Drake wants to get with her or somebody else.
Oh, Kim Kardashian? Yeah.
I don't even know.
Fuck them, man. Back to the scut tip.
Exactly. But yeah, so Friday, again, this is going to start at 9 a.m. That's the time I want it to start, because for my calculations, and these are rough estimates, this is going to take most of the day to get through. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is all the audio and video evidence that's been presented over the last 4 or 5 years.
It's like the press conference, right? When everybody come together and put all the shit together, then you're going to go Saturday, right?
What do you mean?
What is this?
Okay,
you said
so,
the 27th.
okay. So let me reiterate for everyone.
Yeah.
Bring you up to speed here. So Friday, March 26th is what's called the Evidence Marathon. Now, what is that? That is a basic stream that will probably end up going for 12 hours.
Right.
And if we have to do multiple streams, fine. The reason is that during that stream, all the video and audio evidence that's ever been compiled on Scott is going to be played for the audience. Okay?
Ooh.
The purpose of this is to review what he said and to bring people up to speed for Saturday. Okay? So Saturday the 27th
Real
of
talk, what up,
March is... Shout out to Real Talk there in the chat. Feel free to call in. I'd love to have 2 real blacks on the call. That would be a highlight and a milestone for the show, considering that we are labeled across all platforms as being a stronghold for Nazis and evil racists and such. But on on Saturday, the 27th of March, starting at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, will be the actual tribunal. And it will be featured on this channel, but may not necessarily be streaming from this channel. Because after what happened, Scott striking, we're going to make sure that even if he strikes one, 2 other channels are going to pop up and continue the stream. And there's going to be so many at the beginning that he won't know which one is which. As such, on the 27th, we're going through all the explanations of the crimes that have been committed, instances and sightings, including witness statements. And Nikki and I expect it to be several hours. We don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but it's not going to be, 10 hours long. Okay.
Okay. What about the capitalization of this, man? How you gonna make some bread off this, man? Because I feel like you got to make some money off this.
No, well, if people want to donate after the fact, fine. But during the whole tribunal, no donations, nothing. Okay. We're doing this. This is all pro bono, and this is all basically for the benefit of everyone.
Y'all got to get y'all. Hey, and do you tell people do not rant lines, but the videos, man? Is people
depositions, witness statements.
Yeah, y'all got to do y'all shit, man. What the fans at, man? Don't you want them to send in videos like a little rant line or something?
What do you mean though? A rant line?
I know you say you want them to send videos to you, like little depositions.
Oh no. Well, yeah, that's like what we've been asking for from people is basically for them to outline how they met Scott, their interactions with Scott, and as such the threats that they feel have been levied against them by Scott due to their interaction with him. It could be Amanda Carmen, who we have
fried squash from Charlene. Everybody, she just gave me some fried squash. Thank you, baby.
Fried squash.
Good white woman, boy. I love you.
That sounds delicious, though. Fried squash. Mm-hmm. Is it breaded or anything? Or is it just like cut up?
Yeah, it's breaded.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, pretty good.
That sounds fucking awesome, dude.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I'm down with the squash.
I got an echo.
You do?
Yeah, I hear an echo.
Strange, I do not.
Fuck it. But yeah, what were we saying about not the rant line, but you
okay, so basically people are just gonna, submit.
We don't want to steal that word. We don't want to steal that word.
Well, they're going to submit the evidence, and if they've had interactions with Scott where they feel that they were threatened or they want to outline his descent into madness, they have the ability to do so. But what we're not going to be doing is just taking, any random person to call in. That's why we're probably going to, have the people in on Discord. We might actually have it on Skype and also Discord. We're still working things out. But the bottom line is that we want people, there's certain people that we can trust that would, if they're going to do a live testimony, they're not going to fucking start, losing track of what they're talking about, getting distracted or anything like that. Right. And we can have them on. But for those that just can't stay focused, you're going to have to submit a fucking video or an audio clip for us to play.
All right.
Now, what about you? You're trustable. So, would you be willing to do a live testimony, or would you rather just pre-record it?
Why not? Okay. I don't care. I'll do it. You say a piece of shit or something like that,
Okay, no, but you'd basically, I don't know if you've ever been on the stand, but you'd be having me.
Of course, I've been on the stand.
Well, you'd have me or Nikki basically question you as if you were on the stand, because this is this is going to be legit. And you would have to answer in obviously the format that they ask. Were you aware of this at this date? Can you recall what he said? So if you're cool with that, and it won't trigger you, any previous experience you had, on this, stand there, then we're cool, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I'm down for it, man.
All right, cool. So yeah, you're one of the.
I got to get my
trustables.
clout in, man. My season's going on. I'm gonna call. Hey, everybody, talk. They talk every Friday 9 p.m. Bye.
Well,
Nah.
no, but actually, well, the thing is though, SE Steve from the get go was like, could I be on there? Could I be featured as somebody for the witness? And I was like, telling him straight up from the get go, I was like, I know exactly what you're gonna fucking do, okay? And that's why you're not gonna be allowed. It's like, come on, man, I'm not gonna do that. Like, yes, exactly, you are. So there's multiple people we won't allow.
Well, his chances ran out or something. He's not gonna get a chance. Like he didn't fuck that up too bad. Do y'all want to give him a chance?
No, it's the thing is that Nikki talked about this earlier on his. Actually, no, on his stream, on my stream earlier when he was here. I'm that fucking stoned. But you know every time fucking Steve gets on what you're getting, okay? So it's not going to be kept serious because he can't stay serious, okay? He's just that mentally retarded, and he's just going to try to make it a joke and stuff when in fact this is not a joke at all. So the only people we want on there are literally people who want to testify about how, their interaction with Scott and why it's so important. It's not like, oh, I just dealt with him one day. It's like, no, this guy fucking went on rants on Heistman,
Terrorizing.
called him, fake black, tried to use all these racial epithets, and then started to use this false narrative to paint himself into a what they call a white savior. And
Right.
everyone else is a wankster. So like this is something that we'd be willing to hear because it helps build the character assessment of the person in question. Because you're literally giving your testimony from personal experience.
Yeah, it works out perfect. Yeah, can't lie.
Exactly. And yes, that is correct. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah. Scott is a rat, a soft rat. A very inflamed, sort of puffy rat.
You
That
heard
inflammation.
That one before, a soft rat. Oh shit, that was funny to me. A soft rat. I never heard that before.
Soft rat.
Squishy.
He is very squishy, sir. Very squishy. But it's funny. I don't know if you heard, if you've been aware of what's been going on in the community and stuff with him, but he said that he wasn't going to say anything about anybody until the tribunal came out, and then apparently published a few videos last night, which he deleted. So obviously Scott can never be taken at his word because he's not trustable.
Damn, I thought he was done.
Well,
he keep coming back.
We all
like
hoped he
Jason.
was, but it looks like the only way
like
for him to leave is in handcuffs.
He like Michael Myers or something. You shoot him and turn your back, you gone. Like, god damn. You keep coming back every time.
Yeah,
I heard some of his shit, man. Like when you was playing the clips, he sounded like he got something over somebody. Like he's gonna win or something. The way he talked, like he's got something. Like just mark my words.
Dude, you've been hearing that for the last 3-4 years. He always says, "I've got it. You just wait until I show it." He never shows anything.
Never have. You're right.
And always, it's like, well, why don't you do this and then I'll respond? So that's what he's doing with the tribunal. Is like he has nothing, so he has nothing to go on. He could if he really had this, he'd be like, okay, I'm gonna cut you off at the pass. I'm gonna make a video before you get to the tribunal and show how stupid you are and disprove you even before you get a chance to fucking make that argument and just make you look like a fool. No, he's like, I'll wait until you're done and then I'll respond. Just it's the same way when he says like, I got struck. It should be evident who's doing it. But why don't you just say that who it is then? Why are you saying it should be evident? He's basically, again, it's this Mark Skunty mentality. It's just like, what do you think it is? It's like, I'm not going to tell. Like, you try to fucking pull this shit out because you're ignorant. He's like, when he was like, trying to like talk to me about computers, he's like, I know what DDoS means. What do you think it means? It's like, don't be stupid. Don't fucking be stupid. Like, I hate it when people try to do that. Try to like, I guess, I don't know, trick you into giving them the information that they clearly don't know, but they don't want to admit they don't know because of their pride and ego. And it's just so fucking pathetic. I gotta
Trying to
call
roll
that
up
shit
some
out.
weed.
It's the most childish thing.
What kind of weed you smoking?
Me today, this is Pink Kush.
Ooh, that sounds good. I like Bubba Kush. I just had some of that last week. It's a little lower than I'm usually getting. It's like 18% THC,
Not bad.
but it's not bad. I got this Birds of Paradise right now. This shit is 24.4 THC. This shit is great.
What's that called?
I think my Birds of Paradise.
Sounds good.
It's a mine.
24%.
Yeah. I smoke good shit now.
Yeah, I've
The
got
best.
this. I've got a bag of this stuff called Recon.
What?
Yeah, Recon, and it's
Dangerous.
actually really good. It's got a sweet, somewhat citrusy taste, almost reminiscent to strawberries, and it
ooh.
tastes fucking. It tastes great. The aroma is great, and it actually gets you fairly high. But like, that bag is sealed. I've got that, ready until I finish this little bag here that's left of the Pink Kush. But
I like Kush, man. Like I said, I've been getting these higher levels of marijuana, but when I got on this Bubba Kush, it had like a different taste to it. And I kind of really liked it, man.
what did it
I gotta
taste
find
like?
some more. It had like a fruit taste, like you said.
Okay.
Now have a taste. Now I got
Was
some.
it more berry-like or citrus-like?
Yes. So I got some citrus slice also.
But this was
Yes.
more berry than citrus.
It was more berry. Yeah.
Okay.
This
Okay.
Bubba Kush. I really like that.
I like that too, and I don't normally use wraps, flavored
Mhm.
wraps, but when I have them around, I do. And recently, I had a few and tried some of this Recon in it, and it combined so well with the flavor of the wrap. It was just so good.
What kind of wrap was it?
It was well, I did two different wraps. There was a blueberry wrap, and then there was a grape wrap. And in
Said
both
grape?
of them, actually no, I think only in one of them.
White Owl.
No, I used hemp oil. So I just put that on the inside of the paper, and then just rolled the weed
Ooh.
up in it. And fuck, man, that stuff was so good. But
Yep.
the combination
Why, right.
of flavors.
I used the green white owl.
What's that?
On YRC, I used the green white owl. Exactly. I don't smoke out of brown blunts
No?
at all.
Why not?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel dirty if I smoke out of them. They harsh. I seen a lot of ugly black niggas that smoke out of them, and they fingernails dirty, and they smoke brown blunts. They just look gross. So I like the green ones. They look a little sexier to me. I
I've
guess.
never heard of the white blunts, but I'm looking it up right now.
No, they call white owl.
Well, white owl. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're green. I don't like the grape green. I just like regular green. Like the grape kind, I can't do it. I don't like the taste of blunts.
But they
Real nasty
but-
taste of blunts.
But that's the thing, though. These look like regular colored tobacco. Are you telling me these are white? They're supposed
Nah,
to be white.
they're called White Owl. That's the name of the company.
Yeah,
White Owl.
but you said you don't like the brown ones.
I only smoke the green ones.
Oh, you mean the color of the package? I thought you meant like the color of the wrap.
Yeah, the color of the wrap is green. Like every time you see me smoking blunts on camera, it's always green.
Really? Okay, well your
Yeah.
camera sucks then, because I don't see that.
Hold on,
Okay.
man. To my camera, bro, you can see this shit. This is a green cigar.
Okay, I get it.
You
Yeah,
see it?
I'm looking at a
Yeah,
graphic
it's-
right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
well,
green.
You never know, man.
My
Like
camera
sometimes
ain't
the
shit,
camera
though.
don't see it right.
Right.
Okay. So those are the white owls. is what you said.
Yeah.
And they all come in that same green color.
They come in green colors, brown colors, but
Do
I
they
just like
come
the
straight
green.
out like in white? Like as in like,
Nah. I ain't seen
oh,
no white blunt. You might well get a joint for that.
how can you celebrate white power without white papers? I mean, like, come on.
I celebrate it every night with my wife. She got the white power.
Yeah, she's got a hold of your checkbook.
Man.
So
Don't
yeah,
get me started on that.
you rolling one up now, huh?
Mhm.
Good man.
Right now.
You know what I don't like about some wraps is that the glue doesn't work proper. Like it's so difficult to keep the paper from staying together. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's important to invest in a proper paper.
What kind of papers you look?
Well, I usually just go with fucking. Well, not usually. I mean, like, I vary, but I just go with like regular, really thin rice paper types. You know,
Ooh.
could be Rizlas, could be OCBs, could be Raws, could be.
Those raws are real good too.
Yeah,
I
I
like.
like the Raws.
Yeah.
I actually got a package of their fucking pre-made filters. And those, I mean, like, filters are so easy to make. I don't know why they fucking sell them, but fine. I mean, they're cool. They work. They're big, but hey, for a blunt, they're perfect.
Wire said black people cannot roll joints, only blunts. Negative.
No, that's racism.
I want to smoke with Wire.
Oh no, I've seen some fancy rolling from some of the blacks with some fine papers.
Yep. Whew.
Yeah, ain't that a stereotype there, YR, that blacks only smoke blunts? Like, how dare you? What, they're not going to ever invest in a vaporizer or a fucking vape pen?
I
Maybe
can make a
a
vaporizer
bong?
with a light bulb.
Oh, dude, like a vaporizer would just be so convenient. Just fill your room with fucking smoke. You don't have to fucking...
Is it a vaporizer or a humidifier? There's one of them I can make with a light bulb.
It should be a vaporizer. It should be called a vaporizer because it vaporizes.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. It's not like a vape pen. It's like literally what they had in the 70s, where it's just like this device that you put the weed in the bowl and it just fills the room with properly, burnt smoke. You know, it's not like wasted or anything. It's properly vaporized. And
They say you get you probably get like 10% of THC smoking it. Like you do a bong, it's like 25, or you vaporize it, you get like 80%.
yes, exactly. It actually
Shit like that.
Yeah, that's the thing though. As fun as joints and fucking blunts are, you waste so much. But the thing is though, you get one of these things, you don't have to do shit. You sit on the computer, you put the vape on, and you fucking just put the weed in there. It fills the room up and sort of hotboxes it, but it's not like fucking smoke. It's vape. So it's first of all, it's not sticky and shit. You're not getting all that residue on your shit. And you're getting high as fuck.
Yes.
And it does it for you. It properly burns it, so you don't have to fucking constantly be hitting a joint or fucking blunt. This motherfucker is just doing the work for you.
In the chat, Wire said the cigar blunt is a major problem in the African American community.
Well, it's a quick way of getting it done. I mean, I know he's been shitting on the Swisher sweets as of late, but like, man, when you're, I gotta call it out for the brothers. Sometimes when you're in a pinch of time and you gotta just empty that fucker out, put the fucking weed in there, and make it look like you're smoking a cigar. Especially when pose around, nosing around, you gotta make it look like you're legit. So.
I don't smoke in public though.
No, of course not. You're already black
break
in public.
no laws. Exactly, man. That's the law right there.
It's like the Terminator thing that you were showing. It says like, alert, black in public. Second,
black in public.
Smoking, alert, probable felony.
See, he's fake black man.
That's right, the fake block. Oh, man. And there was a few people that actually took a great issue with that comment. Let's go back to the skunt tent. But, yeah, there was a few people that took great issue with that. And obviously you and Real talk, rightfully did, but
Right.
many
A
others
little bit.
actually. Sorry.
I took just a little bit. Like it don't affect me really.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It's just like it's not like you're not pulling a Scott McKinnon. You're not fucking obsessed and making videos every day like I can't handle this man. How dare he call me a fake black? No, you're like fuck you, man. Like whatever. Like listen to this fucking bitch. But the thing is though, there are other people who are like, no, man, I can't take that shit. I'm not gonna fucking just tolerate that. Or look, I'm gonna call this fucker out every time he shows up again because this is like this again. Scott's on like. Let me rephrase that. Like, I need to focus myself. This guy's fucking constantly pulling a Cronin like on this racial fucking crusade. Like I am the defender of the blacks and every other minority. Blah blah blah. But I now deem you not real, so therefore I get to decide this and stuff. And it's just this righteous mentality that's so fucking far gone that it has to be called out.
Yeah. It could be.
And a lot of people have shown support for you and for Real Talk, but have just basically said, like, some people have said, I'm not even black, and this is fucking insulting. Like, how dare is this guy even, like, assess, okay, this guy's real or fake depending on his view of that person. It's just fucking... Yeah, it's sad, but, like, some people just really don't want to fucking deal with that shit.
I mean, it's TV to me. It's like, this motherfucker saying this shit over there, 1,000 miles away on TV. He wouldn't do that shit in real life to no one, I believe. You know? I don't think he interact with black people enough in real life. They'll punch you in his fucking nose, man.
Maybe not real blacks. Maybe that's why he's so quick to say, oh, you're a fake black.
Berserk.
Yeah, that's right. It was going to be called D13.
D13. I don't know, man. Fuck him. He a lost cause, man.
It seems to be. And something he did say that he did remove is he kept going on about the fact that, Dave Rose, you're 40 years old. You're 40 years old and you're doing this and stuff. And it's just like, but dude, you're fucking 36. It's not that far off. Mm-hmm. And you were doing these 24-hour streams.
He doing worse. I can see myself doing what he do. You know, like attacking people that much, that long, that many times in a row consistently. Like me, you say something to me, I say something to you once, then it's over with. Like fuck you. Like I got life to live.
Some people actually commented on that. They're like, "Why isn't Heist doing anymore?" And I'm like, "Dudes, don't you guys understand? Like, Heist doesn't give a fuck. Like, he'll respond, but he's not going to get heated for this shit. He's not, like, fucking emotionally triggered by this, and he actually has a good laugh at it because he doesn't get, bothered by it.
That shit don't bother me at all. It's like, I can't do nothing to him. Like, if you see two people arguing, you ain't going to know who the damn dummy is in real life. So I'm not going to sit there and scream at somebody, man, over the internet. It made me look dumb. Like,
yeah, but
is he sitting there arguing with somebody for?
Let's take a look at the flip side, though. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but thing is, though, Real Talk did take heat with that. Like, he was not pleased at all, and I agree with him too. So I see both of your sides.
You're right.
But it depends on the person. Like, it shouldn't be like a universal fucking response. It's like one person asks this way, one person asks this way.
Right. No, I'm saying like everybody didn't had battles with Cake except like Real Talk. You see? And now this is the first time he got a chance to like, man, fuck you. You see? And dude, that's where they came from.
It wasn't the first time though. You know how many times? No, dude. Okay. So there's been several times where he's done this. He's done exactly what he did to you. But he's literally gone off by like fucking fake black and you're, just like a slave and this. Like he went on fucking Real Talk 3 times from what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong.
That many?
From what I remember. I'm stoned. I'm a little drunk. But I remember that this guy would shit on fucking Real Talk. Real Talk be like, what the fuck's going on here? So he'd call into the show and like sort of like smooth it out and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Real Talk. I guess I took it a little far, but we're cool now, And then like, okay, cool. And then like it goes back again, and like Real Talk's like, "What the fuck's going on?" So like, to my knowledge, it happened 3 times. I could be wrong. I would love if he could clarify that because I know that he was in the chat earlier. But I do remember it going back and forth. The third time, obviously, this last time. But I remember it multiple times and straight out fucking craziness where it was just like, you're conspiring against me and this and that and like, how dare you? And like, it's clearly you're the racist and it's just like insanity shit. And then the fact that he fucking said, he was joking around with him in his chat. He was joking around this last time. He's like, I guess I'll have to talk to the cartel. Okay? From that point on, for weeks on end, fucking Scott was like, well, this guy, Real Talk, he threatened the Vegas cartel against me. I mean, like, what's the Colonel think of that, huh?
The Colonel.
It's insanity, dude. It's insanity.
Like, just be honest, man. Real Talk and myself, we ain't bothering nobody, man. So why you want to bother us? Like, come on, man. You fight with Real Talk with me. You picking on somebody, basically. You bullying. Because we ain't out to hurt nobody.
But you know what really bothers me is for him to bring race into it. It's just like, how is that supposed to somehow advance your fucking claims?
That's low-hanging fruit.
It's even worse than that, man. It's just like, it's trying to get you, it's trying to guilt you. And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that I've noticed with Scott, is that he's tried to do that with multiple people, with multiple instances in the past, multiple times. Where it's just like, I can't get to you, so what can I do? I'm going to try to guilt you into thinking otherwise, or to changing your opinion.
Yep.
So what does he do? He fakes being in the hospital. He fakes crying. He fakes this. He fakes that.
That motherfucker need a hug, man. That's all he need. Yeah. You squeeze the goddamn life out of him.
No, he needs to squeeze the trigger there of that shotgun he's inhaling.
Oh, now he wants me to kill myself, man. You heard it here first.
Well, I mean, the world would be a better place without many other people, and it's not illegal to encourage euthanasia. In fact, I talked about this the other day, but in Canada, our government's going so psycho that now simple things like diabetes will allow somebody, against their will or not, to basically be euthanized.
He on the verge of diabetes.
Well, I'm not sure about him. I'm just stating this as a slippery slope where they can just say, oh, that person looks sick. Let's just go execute them and only keep the racially pure. See what I'm saying there?
Scottabetes.
Scottabetes. That is a different disease altogether. It sounds like scabies and diabetes put together, which kind of makes sense. Also, if you take I'll have to reveal these videos later, or they'll be in that marathon, but if you take a look at the last recent videos that he did, Nikki was talking about this. I'm not sure if I can agree. He says that he was under some sort of drug. I don't know. But if you look at his eyes, there's something really weird going on there. It looks... He could be under some sort of psychotropic. I don't think it's just drunkenness. But there's a look in his eyes which is empty and zombie-ish.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like that?
I'm very observant at these sorts of things.
Damn.
Let me just quickly catch up with the chat here. Show some respect and address those that are there. Spartan King of Texas says, "Why get mad on the internet? It makes you look dumb. Anyone that does it, especially when people start talking like they want to fight." Exactly. Freddie Mitch says, yes. Scott got mad at Real Talk because he met up with Pro V. And that's fucking... If that's the case, that's fucking really sad.
Because I think he did. Yes, I think the little hate did start coming from right around that time when they met up. But dude,
these two cats live in the same fucking city.
Right.
And they both fucking love weed. Like, that's... How can that not be a reason to fucking get together? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Travis says, anytime there's a black guy, Scott immediately goes to race. Mm-hmm. Freddie Mitch says, and that when the Real Talk been a fake black came up. Oh, okay. Travis says, Look at when he talks about my wife or Nikki's. It's immediately Asian women are mail order brides. Yeah. Fucking, he thinks that fucking Nikki mail ordered his bride, and he thinks that Travis lives in China and went there to buy a bride, and it's just
see.
But why is
you.
he? Has he ever been that critical with you and Charlene?
No, not that I know of.
So he's only anti-white and Asian, not anti-black and white.
He probably said something like, "I got a white wife, so I'm a fake nigga. I want to be white because I got a white wife." Things of sorts like that.
You know what? You're the reverse Bill Barr. You hear that shit? Did you hear that shit?
The reverse Bill Barr.
Did you hear that though?
He said that?
No. Did you hear what happened with Bill Barr?
No.
My God, dude, where have you been with your Heist Man shows, man? This is a thing that you gotta fucking review, especially you, because you would fucking love it. Okay, so you know Bill Barr, right? The comedian. Guy doesn't give a fuck, talks about anything, race, doesn't give a fuck, he's hilarious. Well, did you know his wife is like black, like dark skin black?
I heard that.
Yeah, well, guess what? She's an actress, she's a producer, she's like involved with all this shit, a model, all this stuff. Okay?
Ahead,
so this guy, what?
I said, go ahead, Bill Burr, do your thing, Bill.
Well, he's loving it apparently, and he even he makes jokes about his wife and stuff, and like those are funny too. Just because I've never heard him talk about race with his wife. He just says like his wife sort of like talks shit to him when fucking he says something or like gives him a hard time or something. So I've never heard anything about race. I was surprised that he was married to a black woman. Not that it's fucking abnormal, but it's just like the best part of this whole thing was he posts a photo of himself with his wife at some awards ceremony, looking happy and stuff. And this guy, this random guy on the internet says it's like it's actually common for white men to marry a minority woman because it just helps perpetuate the whole idea of white supremacy and owning a slave. And it was so fucking insane that even Bill Barr's wife tweeted this guy back and said, "Bitch, shut the fuck up." Like, I'm surprised you didn't fucking read this, but like this, I'm gonna put this. Hopefully, I can find this this tweet here. But like, you gotta see what fucking happened here because it was insane.
I gotta check this out.
What was his name? Bill? No.
Burr.
Bill Burr? Huh?
Yeah. Burr. Burr. Like Raymond Burr or Aaron Burr. Who one shot them? What you call it?
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Hamilton. Or Jackson. I don't know.
Okay, so let me. I'm gonna show you this picture in the chat here. I'm sure everyone has already seen this, but that's his wife.
You showing it in the Skype chat?
Yeah, in the Skype chat.
Oh, okay.
And I'll read out what this guy said. So, this woman basically puts out this tweet, says Gen Z calling Bill Burr a racist, and then these surprised emoticons. She says, Bill Burr and his beautiful wife, Naya. Okay, so they're, in that picture that you're looking, very happy. Okay. So then this guy, Clayburn Griffin, says, well, I'm not suggesting Bill Burr is a racist. A white man having a non-white wife can sometimes be a sign of racism. So you shouldn't assume someone isn't racist just because they own a minority sex servant.
Wow.
They may very well have one because they're racist.
Damn.
And this, have you been following this Zuby guy, Zuby Music?
No, never heard of him.
Black guy, fucking doing hip hop on internet, but he's calling out these sorts of bullshit, fucking racist tweets. He says, "Well done, worst tweet ever, and the competition is tough. You won. You can delete your account now." You gotta check his fucking. He fucking is hard on fucking a lot of things. Very very appreciated in his willingness to call bullshit out, regardless who says it. But as soon as that piece of shit fucking said that, and he still hasn't deleted the tweet. Can you imagine that?
He gonna stand on it. He like, fuck it. I said it.
But wow.
I don't know, man. I gotta stay away from a lot of the race topics and stuff, man, because I don't like to see people, going against each other. I did a video Friday night, man. Right after I got done doing the show, I found out this comedian named Gary Owen is getting a divorce from his wife, which is black. And when I started the video off, I was like, damn, man, some black love messed up. It's gone, because I ain't saying he black, but I'm saying that he do black comedy. He been married to this black woman for a long time, and now they getting a divorce. I said, it's sad that this love ain't going on no more, because I'm all about love. In the comic section, it was like, man, fuck him. I'm like, damn, y'all is so racist. I'm so naive to that, man. I don't get it. That people hated on me from trying to keep their love together. This married couple. They've been together for about 15, 16 years. It's just, when I see shit like that, maybe don't even want to talk about stuff like that. That's why I try to stay away from, race. No, not race, but religion and politics. Shit like that. Something that's gonna make people go against each other. I don't even want to talk about it.
I pointed out because of the hypocrisy of the left. Because the thing is, though, the left thinks they can never do any wrong. And they can literally go from saying that something is a crime to literally doing it in the same breath and not seeing the hypocrisy of that.
Right. Ooh, that was some good one right there.
Well, I won't deny Ryan Murray, homogenous populace is, factually proven to be, much better for the native population. Now, good luck getting beyond the grasp of the merchant who will attempt to impose that upon you. So that is the point I'm trying to make. But I just thought that would be comical to mention to you. Something that maybe people on your channel might appreciate or you thought was funny. But
oh yeah, I'm gonna look into it. Talk my shit, I like talking shit, bullshit.
But it's been a good celebration so far. Just going about 3 hours now.
Right. What's the agenda for the day?
I'm gonna wrap it up in maybe half an hour to an hour, depending if anyone else wants to call in. And then it's time to make my ribs and prepare for my delicious dinner tonight.
You put some dry rub on there? Some dry ribs?
Both. I have 2 racks of ribs, and I would like to try 2 different recipes. So each of them will have both a dry and a wet rub. And I'm going to fill it up with some sides like...
Right, you're right, War. He said Heist loves the drama on other shows, but not his. If you watch my show, I don't talk about nothing in the community. I do my shit and I get the fuck up out of there. 2 hours and I'm done. I have fun and I get out of there. I don't want that shit on my channel. Exactly. You are 100% right, YR. I don't talk about the community.
No, what's the problem?
Huh?
No, what's the problem with YR?
I don't know. He just said...
Okay, so he doesn't want to talk drama on his channel.
Yeah, okay. I don't talk about it. I don't do it. Like this cake video I just put up a couple days ago. I'm going to erase that shit off my channel in a couple days. I keep the shit off there. I'm a spectator of this shit, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's fine. Because you can always come here and speak your mind and, not have to worry about bringing that back to your place, because you have a
So we love,
stalwart of
I love
truth like
Walmart.
myself and Nikki
Right.
Nines who are willing to do the work for everyone.
I'm telling you, like I said, Walmart, if you watch the shit, man, you ever watch my show one time, man, just give it a chance, yo. It ain't got nothing to do with the community. You won't hear me bring up Joe, Ken, Tommy, Bullfrog, nothing of the community at all. Unless I just have to. You say so. Or show us some love, That's about it. I don't have a Bullfrog donation or nothing. A Tommy joke, none of that shit. Straight fun. Come through. Come through. Shit. Have fun.
How's that blunt coming?
Oh, the blunt is great. I just coughed the fucking lung out a few minutes ago. Said Heist is married to a white woman. He doesn't have to wear it. You're welcome. Hell nah, I do have to wear it. I gotta raise black kids, motherfucker. I gotta teach them the ways.
So yeah, it's been a good celebration. Gotten quite high myself, and yeah, we've kept it positive and discussed a few things here and there. But yeah, I'm getting hungry, and just thinking of all the stuff I'm going to be doing with the ribs, just have me preoccupied and not as focused as I would like to. So,
Right.
final call out for
Anybody.
for anybody that wants to call in and Skype. Be sure to do so. I don't know. I was going to say something about Joe Cronin, but I can't remember what it was. But it's just, Joey, Jojo, you got to stop with your lies, pretending to be a victim, because it's just tiring. Okay, it's tiring. You keep trying to redirect the attention onto others when it's clear that, come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You're responsible for a lot of this, and you want to throw out these little pot shots and stuff instead of actually naming them, instead of saying that other show, that guy. Why don't you name people, or maybe at least have the courtesy to discuss a situation and then just end it. But you're willing to go on to YR Stream and talk to Ken, but you can't even go with me one-on-one.
I would bend for you, YR. You don't have to bend for me. I love YR, man. Funny as fuck to me. Because I love you, Heist. You're a big black bear. I would bend for you. You don't have to bend for me. I would bend to YR. The YR program. Funny as fuck to me, man. I swear to God.
So, you up for restarting, what's it called, Captain Rose?
Oh, shit. Send me the shit. You know how I get down.
All right. Because I need the narrator. That's the only thing I really need. I've got the story still playing. And,
Right.
Yeah, I'd be willing to continue on.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, man, you know what to do. Just hit me up. Boom. Wow. Get
I
right
still
back to it.
I still haven't met Captain Cronin on this high seas, and I would love to have the opportunity to trade blades with that bastard.
Oh, shit. Get in there, though. See him do it.
I just don't know who I'll have do the Cronin voice. That's going to be the challenge. So I do like good impression artists. And we know Cronin's not going to be on the show anyways. So. What's that?
I say Ken and Jumbo, they do great impressions.
They do, but I have yet to hear a good Joe Cronin impression.
Oh. I don't know. If somebody got one, man, y'all let them know. Who can do a great Joe?
But yeah, something different, because I don't need to rely on community drama. I can make up my own things.
Right.
And actually, something else I didn't mention to Nikki the other day. I know you don't care, but just mentioning it to this audience. But still have the interest in running a Riffs campaign, which is a pencil and paper role-playing game but streaming it through the internet and utilizing that medium to be able to provide the visuals that you need to watch the, to see the map of, the gameplay, uh, character information, and so forth. So that's something I still have, in mind, and it'd be a nice little hobby to have on the side.
I just say, man, keep creating, bro. Everybody in the community, man. Motherfuckers don't want to, you know, show love to everybody, but everybody should do something because it's something for everybody, man. So
Well,
just keep creating, keep creating, keep creating.
well, if they're creative, then they can do that. But if they're like SE Steve, who just
Ah,
who just takes advantage of all the people who are out there. They just go onto shows. No, they don't create nothing, but they go onto shows and they say, "Could you do this for me? Could you maybe do a tribunal on him for me?" And then they say no, they don't like me.
mm.
Do you like my impression of AC Steve? Doing my delivery every day with the Lays, Frito Lays truck.
I don't speak on him.
Oh, you should talk to about me.
I don't
To
speak on
know
him.
that we
That
Latinos,
motherfucker
we
hate.
we
That motherfucker hate
mestizos, we really
everybody.
racist.
He hate everybody. I don't speak on him.
Oh, I hate everybody. I hate everybody. I hate myself. I hate my family.
Motherfucker hate
I hate the
everything.
guy in the mirror when I look at him in the morning. I can't stand this life, and I focus on Joe Cronin. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe because I want him inside me. But Joe Cronin, I hate you and I love you. I just can't live anymore. Speaking of which, fucking apparently, YR says that he's gonna do a stream tonight disavowing SE Steve, but we'll see about that. My money's on no.
Um, I don't know. I think that's his crew, ain't it? That's his.
Keith's crew.
I'm saying like Keith and YR. I mean, SE. That's like a real tight crew. So
Well,
I always think he gonna keep him because like when shit break down with you and YR and you and I mean YR and Kid and everybody, because it always go that way. He gotta have his main focus group to shit talk y'all. So I don't think it's gonna happen.
I
Y'all know
don't know.
y'all break up all the time, man. Like YR, he a great guy, but y'all hate that motherfucker next week. Yeah.
No, it's no. He's finally no. He's finally growing up a bit, but he's still being influenced by these weak.
Oh, he definitely turned the leaf, you know. Turned the shit around. Thank you, man. But oh no, man. I think he gonna keep his little crew, his tight knit crew, cause that's his crew, man. Like the trust getting there between y'all, you know, War and everybody. It's getting there, but he don't fully trust y'all all the way. He like, yeah, y'all motherfuckers snap on me next week, and I gotta have somebody talk shit to y'all about whip. So
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. SC Steve keeps revealing himself, and as of late, he's really pushed things. And
oh, see, I ain't know about that, man.
well,
I
he
mean, that's the essence of YR though, man.
no, not necessarily. I mean,
I'm saying he
YR
turned.
works well with Tony,
Good.
so they can,
They do. They do.
they can do things. The thing is though, YR just needs a good influence. Okay, but
I understand. I understand that what you're saying, like, because YR trying to do something, really, like doing shows and shit. He do that. Tony do this shit too.
well,
And
I've helped YR with the fucking fishing stuff, and I've tried to encourage him to do that because he knows what he's doing, and he's got places that he can go to fish fairly close by, so he can set up all these different cameras and angles and all this shit, and really build an audience if that's what he wants to do, and do something that's productive that isn't based in drama,
shit.
and yeah, I mean like. This community doesn't need drama, and really Scott is the one that sort of really brought all this drama to a forefront. But other than that, left to our own natural devices, if you want to call them that,
Right.
We all just have this interest to be creative. You've got your shows to do your fucking, daily reviews of different news stories, and then your Friday night show. I've got my Too Many Chefs and gaming and shit.
Right.
All these people naturally would just rather do things that are enjoyable. But when you've got somebody like Scott who won't stop, okay,
Mhm.
forever, then it's understandable that people say enough is enough, and now I'm going hard. But if it
I
wasn't for
feel you.
that, if it wasn't
I
for
feel you.
Scott, we'd just be doing our own thing.
I feel you. I get that 100%. Cause I feel the same way. It's like I don't gain like viewers and shit like that for my live shows, but I get views and shit sometimes for videos I do. So I don't want them coming back seeing me mad and screaming at a motherfucker that they don't even give a fuck about. They come to see the damn news shit, and you see a video of me arguing with Scott. It just I don't want them seeing that, you know. That's why I don't do no community content. But every once in a while, then when I do the community content, I see people I never ever seen in my fucking lifetime that's in the community commenting on the videos and shit. Like, motherfucker, I know you. Why you gonna comment on this shit? I do that shit sometime, man, to trick the people to fuck with the people. I did a video one time called I Exposed Drew Scott, Joe, and Ken. Right? But
Yeah.
what it was Drew Scott, the fucking basketball player, and Joe Ken was somebody else. But then I seen like people from the community that I know. They know me. I know them. I never seen them ever watch my videos before. And it's like, you see, that's the shit I don't. That's why I do it for you motherfuckers right there. But I do it as a commercial to say, hey, I got a live show coming on Friday. Watch that shit. Because you can't go nowhere and tell, hey man, I got a show Friday. You know. So I do that shit like it's clickbaity, but it's kind of like a kick or a punch in the face when you see motherfuckers you see all the time. But you on other people's channel and other people's chat, but they only come for the drama and the bullshit. So I won't do it.
I hear you.
If that makes any sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. I do the same thing, but I'm also a little bit of a sadist, and I can take a little bit of damage and punishment. But in the end, it is I that has control of things. But by the way, you got to watch out, man. There's a guy behind you that serving ice cream to kids. Oh my God, it's Scott McKinnon. Oh my God, kids, run, run, kids!
What is that? The Omega ice cream truck.
It's not ice cream. It's a raspberry roofie.
The raspberry roofie.
Come back into the back of the truck, man.
I love that shit.
Oh,
I forgot I had that
ice
shit
cream
back there.
truck. Oh man.
That's I do my little shit like that, man. I just make a picture and talk about it for a minute.
I'm gonna strike you with copyright, man, for using my image, man. I mean, granted, I was there in a ice cream truck, but that wasn't the sign. It's clearly a fake. My sign said, "Welcome all kids."
So you was there on the night in question.
So
God
Spartan King of Texas says, I think drama shows in the community are fine and can be a good thing. Scott just brought the drama to a level that crossed lines and became spiteful and malicious. Yeah, to a certain extent, but some people just don't like to fucking deal with this shit. But when they get dragged into the mud, they're gonna fucking talk about it. So when Joe Cronin tries to pretend that well, he has an actual freak out because he's not strong mentally, but he states these things.
My
and
daughter just
says
walked
that-
in.
Okay.
And my wife.
He says that he can, all these people are crazy and lying, and we know that's wrong. Like, of course we're going to call that shit out. And it's just so tiring where he's like, oh, well, former co-hosts say this, but it's wrong. No, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. And if you're going to go on with your lies, well, then why shouldn't I speak out about them? So...
You don't think that can be worked out between y'all? Anything?
No, I don't think so because he doesn't want to you definitely accept that he's the one who's acting like the child. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And there's also the fact that he should debate me on race. Okay, that's the bottom line.
You think you want some headphones?
Unless you want me to just listen to TikToks while
Nah, you can
online.
listen to me and Dave Rose. You want to talk to Dave
Come
Rose?
over here. I will,
Hold on.
What's up, Charlene?
He said, "What's up?" I gotta get her some headphones so she can hear you.
No, that's not.
Oh, no,
what
no,
it was.
that's
I just
not what
wanted
you-
headphones so I won't interrupt your show.
Oh, so you finna play some TikToks?
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Don't go to that ice cream truck, Charlene.
They said don't go to the ice cream truck. My wife was in my room, not my room.
You're right. His room.
My wife was in the room with me. Brought my daughter, so my smoking has to cease.
Malone, I said get out. I told you.
Be quiet. I don't know if you don't care about smoke.
Don't
Get
make
out
me
of here.
send you to Canada.
I have to go, Rose. The family.
We can kick her out.
You want to kick her out? No. I don't know how long you going live, Dave.
Probably not for too much longer.
I'll be back in the kitchen in a minute. Go out there to your room.
Get out of here. We're not fighting on Dave Rose channel with my daughter, man. I'm out here. Dave, I'm out of here, man. They fucking
No
with
worries,
me.
man.
Hey, man,
They-
think what?
They're fucking with you.
Not they, she, as the little one. You heard it live. Heistman fights with his wife and daughter on Dave Rose show.
No.
Yo, is that how you treat your massa?
Is that how you treat your master? Mm-mm. She whips me. I get whips.
Yeah, but
Charlene,
you
got a
like that. No, you
No.
We should role play tonight. We should play slave and master wife.
I want to be the one.
You gonna be master wife?
No, I want to be the one to get me.
Boss had me out there in the sun all day. Come here. Take it out on you.
The lady of the plantation. Well, you fine black buck, my husband is away from town,
Oh, you fine
so
black
perhaps
buck.
we shall endeavor in some
That's
fruit
working
fist.
too hard to kill.
Yep, I'm finna get you for my people, Charlene. Tonight.
40 acres and a mule.
40 acres in a mule. I'm finna ride you. You gonna be the mule tonight. Chris.
No
I'm a-
shit.
40 acres in a fucking mule. We still ain't get that damn 40 acres in a mule. Damn.
Even less chance now with Biden.
Mm-hmm. I don't do that. I don't know. I'm just gonna pay my
I can't wait
bills.
for black people to get their 40 acres and a mule.
You can't wait for black people to get their 40 acres in a mule. Get your ass out of here, Charlene. You gonna capitalize.
Once again.
You gonna
Yo,
capitalize.
mules are badass, man.
Mules? Yeah. So are them mooses. Moose. Did you know they had like a moose goddamn
He's in
Army
Canada.
moose?
What do you think?
Didn't they have like he tried to they had some kind of general try to use moose as to take him into battle. You ever heard about that?
I think that's a what's it called? What are they called? A fucking urban legend. I've
Yeah, I heard they
I've
could-
heard about that, but
I heard they couldn't get him in line.
they're very wild. You can't. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
difficult to domesticate a moose. It's possible, but
Right.
they're very difficult to keep under control.
I heard that a long time ago. Not too long ago. He said they couldn't do it because they too wild. But can you imagine that? You come into war, some big ass fucking moose antlers, fucking like 7 foot tall. That'd be scary as fuck, man.
Dude, they can easily kill a man. October, November here in Ontario is the most dangerous season when it comes to moose because they're basically breeding, and anything that comes in their way to a potential female or is in their area, like they're fucking psycho at that point. So they will, like their horns are huge as it is. They could kill you with their horns. Then they'll stomp on you, kick you. Like these things are super powerful, and they're one of the most dangerous fucking animals in Canada.
Shit.
Yeah,
I
they
know
ain't
shit's
fucking.
big.
They ain't fucking. Was it Rocky Raccoon and who's the other fucker?
Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle. Yeah, they ain't no fucking cute like Bullwinkle. Okay.
I don't know. I'm scared of them.
Yeah,
I ain't
you
never
should
seen
be.
one in real
Everyone
life.
should be.
I think I'd be scared. Yeah, moose. I think I'd be scared if I seen them shits in real life.
You seen a buffalo in real life? It's so big.
I seen a buffalo in real life. I ain't never
You
seen
mean like a
moose.
bison from
A bison? Yeah.
from Yosemite, where their heads are like fucking, like 5 feet long?
Right. Them shits.
Yeah, those things will fucking ram into a car and flip it over.
God.
And then you got all these fucking recently Asian fucking tourists going up to them taking photos, and these things you're like, okay, fine, and they run over them and they kick them and massive fucking injuries and shit.
Speaking of Asians, man, I'm so naive to this, man. I did not know there was like a Asian hate thing going on right now.
Really?
So they yes.
Well,
Have you, is it true or is
yes,
it?
it is, and the biggest perpetuators of it are blacks. So I'm surprised
That's
you
what I'm
didn't get the
saying.
fucking memo.
I'm sheltered, bro. When it come down to shit like that, so I didn't know. But
No,
so it is a
Scott was
thing.
right. You're a fake black. You're just an
I'm
Uncle
fake-
Tom. You're not aware of this sort of.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
don't
seriously,
I
no.
don't do
The
nigga
biggest
activities
places,
no more.
the biggest places really are New York and fucking San Francisco, LA type thing. So those are the two big places where this shit's going on, and you're having random. Actually, there are a few things in Canada like Vancouver, but yeah, you got these random attacks that people are just like, oh, Chinese, and they fucking hit them up, and yeah, it's sad and disgusting. And then there's this fucking guy that the sex addict that ended up shooting 8 people, 6 of them Asian massage parlor workers, and they're calling it a hate crime. When the guy even came out and said, "No, I just had I was just fucking psycho, had a bad day, I just lost it, blah blah blah," and that obviously doesn't excuse him. But the fact is that now they're saying no, he doesn't get the right to say that. Like we get to decide it was a hate crime or not. But this guy
Why
literally
should that even matter? It's murder. Like
exactly.
regardless.
That's the point. Is the fact that it should just be considered like first degree murder.
Right.
It's like a bad crime, and he's got to be punished. And if it's death, death. But like the thing is though, like to try to separate. Okay, it's race on this, but not these, and it's just like, people were calling this shit out on Twitter. They're like, some Asian people were like, oh, 6 Asians were murdered. And some other people were saying, well, what about the other 2 people? Are you not mentioning them because they weren't Asian?
Wow.
So, but that's the thing. They all worked at these places. It was like 3 different places that were hit up. And this guy was a psycho. He deserves to be, like, at this point, this sort of crime, in my opinion, I don't really have much sympathy for people who are criminally insane. Put a bullet in them.
Get him out of here.
Put a bullet in them. I mean, the point is, the fact is that pedophile or killer, like, they're wasting public resources, and if you put them in jail, that's costing all of us money. What do we do by eliminating this person from society? Make it a better place. So you know what? Execute these people. Not based on race, but based on the crime that they did. It's not more important or less important because it was a particular person. It was just as important. But these people are just fucking
shit. They gotta put them in jail. They make money off that though.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's the problem is that
up.
we live in a society where you have a a prison industrial complex where you actually have for-profit prisons, which to me just blows my mind. It blows my fucking mind to consider just to say those words amongst each other. But for-profit prisons, when prison supposed to be about rehabilitation. Now, granted, there are some people that are just so fucking garbage, they're never going to be rehabilitated. So that's where the punishment comes into play. And these are the people that should really be, working on a chain gang, fucking cleaning up the fucking streets, working in the Arctic Circle, building fucking shit where they don't have to even be jailed because they're surrounded by thousands of miles of fucking Arctic tundra. If they want to leave, they've got to fucking fight a fucking polar bear that's going to rip them apart. So their best option is to stay at that camp, work, and fucking be a productive member, repay society for the crimes that they did.
Isn't that how they did Australia? They threw them all on the island?
To a certain extent, yes. Essentially, they sent most criminals there, and they had the opportunity to basically build a nation, and they built a fairly strong one. And a very unique one with the Aussies are very unique in the sense that they have an identity that they all sort of agree with. Like they're very, proud of their identity. So, because they see themselves as independent, they were forced to be all there, and they created a nation, and now they're a fairly powerful country. So
Foster's. It's Australian for beer.
apparently, what was his name? Rocca, who's a fan of Falmouth Ken, as well as been on, in my chat. He's like, Foster's Australian for crap.
Ugh. They don't like that.
Well, apparently it's not. It's a shitty beer. I guess it's like
It's American-made shit
Bud
over
Light.
here that they saying.
It's the Bud Light of Australia.
Ugh.
I would say that. And I don't know. I know Bud Light is shit. And don't you think it's funny, all these frat bros who are like, "Yo, dude, did you see how many beers I drank, dude?
Of course.
I drank
Piss
24, small can Bud Lights, dude." It's like,
Fucking natural light.
what the fuck are you talking about? That's not even like 1% of Scott McKinnon. How can you call yourself a big drunk if all you're doing is drinking water?
I don't drink beer much.
I like beer.
I only like one type of beer. Really. It's Corona.
That's not really beer. That's that's urine-colored water, straight from Mexico.
It's a little lighter. It's the worst. It's the least nasty tasting beer to me.
Well, hold on. Okay. So what about?
I'm not a beer guy. I'm not a beer guy.
Colt 45. Do you like malt liquor?
Nah, not no more.
But
I
did
did
you?
when
Did you?
Shit, when I was younger.
Okay,
I'm
well,
38 now.
malt, oats, barley. That's fucking in beer, man.
It was nasty then.
Okay. So you were just drinking it to.
I drank 211s.
All right. I'll give you that.
Getting fucked up. The homies with a 40. Now I used to drink 211s and play basketball. I used to drink a 211 and I get a yellow jacket. And when I play basketball, shit, man, I be on that court sweating, blowing beer in your breath. That's part of my defense. Coach, he's drunk. No, he's not. I used to be wild, man.
I bet you were. Well, I was a little bit of a hellion in my day, good sir. But I won't regale you with those stories this evening.
Oh, man, I believe you. We can switch stories one day, man. We'll have some damn fun talking about it. A lot of shit.
Yeah, I always got to question the ones who are most quiet.
White devil and calm down.
Yeah, said the white devil didn't calm me down. So Charlene just said, you did. You did. I'm a citizen now.
Pink punat on you.
Pink punat. Ugh.
Shut it all down.
Charlene, she'll say some shit, man. gotta keep her down to it. Hey.
You calm me down.
Calm you down. It's a family program over here. This is Dave Rose channel.
No, it's not.
Curse.
He said no, it's not. He said bring all the pussy you want to bring.
I did not curse anything.
Oh.
I
No, you can cuss.
I coded it because we got super spy ears.
Yeah, man, my daughter in here and she don't
look,
even care. Be quiet.
Care. No, she listening.
Be quiet.
What's she laughing about?
That's what we gotta do. We gotta do a
Get
family.
out.
We gotta do a family show.
Get out, yes.
You see how bad my kids is.
How they really are.
Yeah. Damn them. What else we got, Dave?
I think that's it, man. We
That's
got no other callers, nothing much else to say. And yeah, I've got those ribs ready to go. So I want to get going on that.
What you cooking, Charlie?
Squash casserole. And barbecue ribs.
Oh, she's cooking ribs also.
Oh, nice. Dry or wet rub?
Dry or wet rub? I got big teeth. Wet. Ooh.
Some wet.
She got some wap. She's
got wap rub. I love it. Now what's in it?
It's not
What's
regular
in it?
ribs. It's what, like seasoning?
Yeah, what's the seasoning in this?
Garlic salt.
Seasoning salt.
Garlic.
Onions. How's that wet? What a barbecue sauce is?
The barbecue sauce. I didn't make my own barbecue sauce. I just put some in there.
You're fake white. You don't make your own barbecue sauce. Nah. She's white.
It's not regular ribs. It's they're I don't know what they're called. Riblets. Like
Oh, they're riblets. See, this is
not riblets.
this is a cooking
Hold on.
motherfucker right here. You can't say
It's not. It's like I don't know what they're called. Is that country style ribs? That's what
country
they're
style
called.
ribs. Okay.
No idea
They're
what
like
the
these
fuck
big
those
chunks
are.
of. It's almost like roast.
They're almost like a roast, she said.
They're
Okay.
not regular ribs.
All right. They're not regular ribs. So it's just pork meat. Anyway, man, thank you for having me on, Dave Rose. It's always a pleasure.
Always appreciate it, bro.
And whenever you want to holler at the Heist Man, just holler at your boy.
That's right. I'll pull out the black symbol.
The black signal. Shine a Newport in the air, and I shall return.
That's fucking funny.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, man. You guys have a great evening and enjoy your dinner.
Peace.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Real Black, Iceman Defoe. On that note, I do appreciate all 52 fake viewers that are currently watching right now. All those that have joined us throughout this show. I'm hungry. And I'm going to make some food. Those ribs sounding spectacular. Be sure to check my Instagram out later today when I will be posting photos of those delicious, delectable ribs. But yeah, I appreciate all of those that have chosen to stay here throughout the entire episode tonight. I am Devious Dave Rose. You shall be hearing more of me later on this week on this channel and many others, but stay tuned. All news will be announced in regards to the Evidence Marathon happening Friday, 9 a.m., and the tribunal, the Grand Tribunal, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, the 27th. On that note, have yourselves a great day and pleasant tomorrow.